basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Gamecock basketball. Now it's time to check on scores from around the country. Let's head back to the Learfield Network studios.
Well, it's been a tough sledding in the SEC tournament in recent memory for South Carolina. They hope to change that in the Music City this afternoon against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Paul Roper with you as we update you on the rest of the tournament action in Nashville and across the country. First game of the day inside Bridgestone Arena is just wrapped up between Mississippi State and LSU. A must-win for the Bulldogs, and they're able to capture a 70-60 win over the Tigers as that game has just gone final. Josh Hubbard leading the way with 24 points for the Bulldogs. Coming up later tonight, another bubble team, though, with plenty of work to do 2 years after they were in the same predicament, ended up out of the big dance despite a run to the title game. That's Texas A&M. They'll need to start another run to try and impress the committee. The Aggies will turn around and get ready to go on the court tonight, and Kentucky will await the winner in the quarterfinals. And in the caffeine special, it's Florida and Georgia. The victor takes on Alabama in the next round. Now we crisscross the nation to check out what's happening during championship week. We'll start with the ACC tournament in Washington, D.C., a bubble battle between Pitt and Wake Forest in the quarterfinals, where we'll face North Carolina in the semis after the Tar Heels routed Florida State 92-67. And right now it's the Pitt Panthers with a 27-20 lead over Wake Forest with 5 minutes left to play in the first half in Washington, D.C. Next up, Big 12 tournament in Kansas City, and a game that's just wrapped up between Texas Tech and BYU sees the Red Raiders defeat the Cougars 81-67. And the Red Raiders will face either Houston or TCU. That game is about to get underway in KC. Up north to the Big Apple, Big East into their fifth decade of staging their tournament at Madison Square Garden, where it's been held since 1983. In progress, a local bubble battle between Seton Hall and St. John's. It's just a three-point game. Johnny's with the lead over the Pirates, 39-36 with 2:50 left in the first half. Where we'll face UConn after the Huskies pull away in the second half. They scored 15 consecutive field goals in the last 12-plus minutes to pull away in an 87-60 drubbing of Xavier. Over the land of 10,000 lakes, Minneapolis, the first-time host of the Big Ten tournament. Wisconsin with a 42-26 lead over Maryland in the late stages of the first half. Winner faces Northwestern in the quarterfinals. Earlier, Michigan State over Minnesota 77-67. The Spartans move on to face top seed Purdue tomorrow afternoon. Finally, we go west to the Pac-12 tournament in Vegas, where the sun sets on the self-proclaimed Conference of Champions as we know it. Arizona kicks off the quarterfinals against USC. No score in the opening minute of play in Vegas. Gamecocks and the Razorbacks coming up in the second round of the SEC tournament from Nashville. Derek returns with the SEC's Coach of the Year, Lamont Paris, after the break.
You're tuned in to exclusive pregame coverage of South Carolina basketball. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off. Today's broadcast is brought to you by your Carolina Ford dealers, Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport, what legends are made of. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider and team physicians for the Gamecocks. We'll have more after these messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Looking for the perfect match?
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Find a vehicle you'll love at the Toyota Ready, Set, Go event. Toyota, let's go places. Get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Offer valid through April 1st, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.08 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax tag, registration, title, and dealer fee. See dealer for details.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Photograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Tip-off is just moments away. Now let's get the pregame thoughts of head coach Lamont Paris. With the coach, here's Derek Scott.
SEC tournament time for South Carolina. Battle with the Arkansas Razorbacks, a team that picked up an overtime win last night over Vanderbilt. How much scouting goes into watching a team the night before when you have that luxury? Is there anything new that you learn about a team that way, or do you already feel like the hay's in the barn as far as what your scouting report looks like before you watch them last night?
Yeah, for the most part, I think the hay's in the barn. You do it. Are they going to come out and play and press all of a sudden when they've never pressed? Is there some sort of personnel change that you would benefit by seeing live? But for the most part, they are who they are, the same as us. So you watch the game and see what's out there, but you're gonna go about your game plan similarly to what we did the last time for us, because we played well and we won on the road. Maybe they tweak some stuff just because they didn't. They're playing differently. They're playing different guys, or they're playing different guys are being effective players for them right now. So I think when you talk about Mackay and when you talk about Battle, yeah, those guys are being super productive right now, and that wasn't the case when we played them in the first game. But for the most part, it's business as usual.
You mentioned it. They listened to Coach Musselman last night. He says, I found my rotation. I've got 8 guys I'm playing. He was much more searching for a rotation, it felt like, when we saw them the last time. Battle has been the biggest change. The last 6 games, I think he's averaging over 30 a game. What's he doing, and how do you need to defend him?
Well, he's getting fouled a lot. That's one thing. I mean, he's shooting a bunch of free throws. I think you gotta not foul him. That's a big part of it. I mean, it's easier said than done. He's an aggressive driver, but I think you got to not foul him to the best of your abilities. But they got a lot of guys that can score also. But I think that's where it starts. Try to make him take tough shots. He makes some really tough shots. Like he's very dangerous if you're in a close game. He's very dangerous because you're going to play situations to the way you normally would play them, which might yield tough shots. But he can make those. So throughout the course of the game, you'll still do that and play the odds there, but he's very dangerous when you get in late game situations because he can make some very difficult shots.
And I guess the shoe's on the other foot too. And the Colin Murray Boyles was not then what he has evolved into. How would you say, if you were to try and capsulize what's different about his role with your offense, especially now versus mid-January?
Yeah, he's a key cog in it. He's a key cog versus out there just running offense and being a part of our offense. He's a key cog in what we do, and so he just affects the game in so many ways. Even on the offensive end, as an offensive rebounder, it's very difficult to switch him because he is so long, athletic, and strong. So it's tough. You feel like, all right, he doesn't shoot, so we can do these things, but he just finds a way. He's got good quickness. He's got really good touch and finish around the basket, and he can put the ball on the floor against bigger guys.
I would imagine some of your most memorable moments as a head coach came in a conference tournament setting when you were at Chat and you won it and you went to the NCAA tournament. This is a different world. You know you're going to the NCAA tournament. You still would have loved to win it. Yeah. But how do you feel about conference tournament play and from a coaching standpoint? Do you enjoy it, or is it something that maybe is a little different from what you're used to?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's always like a treat. Honestly, it's the grind of this whole regular season. And at some point, for a large majority of teams, at some point they have to look themselves in the mirror and say winning the conference is no longer a reality, right? And for some people, that's pretty early in the whole thing. So why would they continue to grind through the whole season without the treat of a conference tournament at the end, which, by the way, also provides one more automatic bid to get in there. So I think it's great to have the conference tournament just because it's new life for a lot of teams that maybe had some struggles, or for all the teams that didn't win, or certainly all the teams that aren't guaranteed to be into the NCAA tournament. It's a way to play more games and show what you can do, and then again with the prize at the end of it, an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. So I always like the conference tournaments. I think the more difficult thing to do is to win the regular season. But it's a nice treat at the end of the regular season to have your conference tournament.
Your guys seem to embrace that grind all the way to the bitter end. Even after that Tennessee loss, they came back and played an amazing game in Starkville. Where do you feel like they are as far as their mood, their personality, how they feel about this experience now? Because for so many of them, this is a different sort of environment than what they've known as conference tournament play.
It's a unique aspect of it is that these guys are in the NCAA tournament, we feel, and so it's a different approach. I think they can be a little more loose as you go into this thing. Now, you don't want to be so loose that you're also not as focused as you need to be, because you also know you're in the NCAA tournament. I think we have a good blend of that. And a good feel that we know there's not pressure. Let's go out and play. But they want to win so badly. I think after coming up short and finishing tied for second in the standings, I think they would really like to win it and say we can show that we can be the best team in this conference.
All right, Coach, let's go get him. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's Lamont Paris. We're back with more of the Countdown to Tip-Off show after this timeout on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
ABCQuality.org is the proud presenting partner of the Junior Gamecock Club, the official kids club of Gamecock Athletics. Children 18 and under are invited to join the Junior Gamecock Club. Membership is $40 and includes an official t-shirt, souvenir, and access to exclusive events. Join today by visiting thegamecockclub.com/junior. And for parents looking for high-quality child care providers, visit abcquality.org and search for participating providers near you. ABC Quality is administered by the South Carolina Department of Social Services.
White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors like passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
We're back to Nashville with more exclusive pregame coverage after this timeout. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
South Carolina Gamecocks in the SEC tournament, looking to snap a skid. Seeing Carolina go winless in this event since 2018. That was when we were playing in St. Louis against Ole Miss. And the last time this program won a game in the second round, wow, you got to go all the way back to 2015. Postseason play has not been Carolina's friend in the last decade.
It has not been, and I've had to, wear one set of clothes almost every time we've come here. But I think today, this afternoon, will be a little bit different, Eric.
Time for the keys to the game. They are brought to you by Toyota. When the Gamecocks defeated this Arkansas team back in January, it was 77-64. It was thorough, really, domination. I think Carolina led wire to wire. B.J. Mack was the leader offensively. He was very efficient. He even had 9 rebounds, which is not something we see a lot of from B.J. But that's a different Arkansas team. They're playing a different rotation than they were back then. I think Caleb Battle played 5 minutes against us. And Casey, he's averaging 31 a game over the last 6. So clearly a lot's changed for Coach Musselman's team.
Well, Battle, he's had 42 points, one game. And there's been a lot of change. They've gotten better as the season has gone on, and they're dangerous right now.
Hit us with the keys, my friend.
Well, we got to have great one-on-one defense. We got to keep them out of transition. No live ball turnovers. That's the way to do so. Defensive rebounding. Big thing, guard without fouling. Don't put them on the foul line. There's going to be turnovers. We got to make threes, rebounding, defense, play at our pace, Larry.
And when you think about playing at our pace, that will be interesting because I'm sure Arkansas will want to try and speed this thing up a bit.
There's no doubt about it, but I don't think anybody has sped us up that much this year.
Those are your keys to the game. Again, brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer or explore Toyota.com. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. On our Prisma Health injury report, the news is good. Miles Studi returned from his knee injury 2 games ago. He's still wearing the brace on that knee, but he's hit a couple of three-pointers in each of the 2 contests since he returned. He's coming off the bench, but certainly adding him to the rotation is a benefit to this team.
Well, we got to hit some threes. Probably 10 would make you feel better, but he's a big part of making threes for this team.
As the official team physicians, Prisma Health provides the orthopedic and sports medicine care. Keep the Gamecocks in the game. Prisma Health, proud to be the official healthcare system and team physicians of the Gamecocks. That'll wrap it up for us here on the Countdown to Tip-Off show. Do stay with us. We've still got starting lineups and the play-by-play coming your way. But first, this message from the South Carolina Department of Agriculture.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Stay where you are. We'll be back to Music City after these local messages. It's the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the 3 one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Here come the Garnet and Black.
Let's go.
Double team, throws it away. Jacoby Wright with a steal. Jacoby Wright races the length of the court and lays it in with the left hand. Here's Michi with a steal at midcourt. He'll go in and lift off for the two-hand flush. B.J. Mack in the low post, double team, feeds it to Murray Boyles. He dunks it and he's fouled. Michi will drive the right side, splits between the defenders, has his shot blocked. Cooper tries a three before the buzzer. Yes, sir!
This is South Carolina basketball on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Now, here's the voice of Gamecock basketball, Derek Scott.
Prior to the tip-off to this season, the Gamecocks spent some time in Nashville. At least Coach Lamont Paris and his team leaders did. It was SEC Media Day, and the Gamecocks got to explain how ridiculous it was that they were picked dead last in the SEC. They have returned to Nashville for the postseason, and now they have had the last laugh. A 25-win campaign, a 13-5 record, a tie for second in the Southeastern Conference. A long way from 14th place, but back they are with the SEC's Coach of the Year in Lamont Paris, and now they want to take yet another step in this storybook season as they look to advance in the SEC tournament for the first time in a while. How about the last win in this conference tournament being 2018? Nashville's not been kind to this team, somewhat like Hoover for Carolina baseball. The conference tournament in this venue has seen South Carolina lose 6 straight ball games. But today it's different because this lineup is different. The personality of this team is different, and South Carolina is a favorite as they face the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we welcome you into Bridgestone Arena with Casey Manning, I am Derek Scott. South Carolina found itself shaking the collective heads after all the tiebreakers were settled on Saturday, and they figured out that a tie for second still meant they had to come in and play on Thursday and not get the double bye that so many thought was assured by a win in the final game of the regular season. But here they are, and it's all a clean slate now, Casey. Win in advance, lose and go home. At least in this instance, lose and go home only means you're home for a few days before you're going to the NCAA tournament.
We'll find out Sunday, I think, afternoon or Sunday evening, where we'll be going. We know we're going somewhere. And like Coach Paris says, it makes a difference, but I don't think it's going to change our approach to the game.
Meanwhile, the Razorbacks, who have been to the Sweet 16 3 consecutive years, find themselves with only 16 wins this year, a 500 record for Coach Eric Musselman. In all 8 previous seasons from us as a college head coach at Arkansas, at Nevada, his squads have won 20 games every season. Again, they're at 16-16, but you don't rule them out because they've got talent. They've got Caleb Battle and Trevin Brazil and Devo Davis and Tremont Mark. They've got a lot of guys that can show some real firepower. This team looks somewhat different from the Arkansas squad that seemed a bit disinterested when we saw them back in January.
We sort of snuck it in and ambushed them on their home court, but it's a different story at the end of the season. It's a different story in the tournament, and I think the Razorbacks are going to be ready.
Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? That's a bold question, but it's got that irresistible taste to back it up. It's too bad you can't taste with your ears because this Coke Zero Sugar is really amazing. You'll have to take a taste for yourself. Coke Zero Sugar. Best Coke ever? We'll have your starting lineups in the play-by-play after this message from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport.
Hey Gamecocks fans, I'm men's basketball coach Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, myself and the team support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Choose Healthy Blue for your Medicaid plan. With Healthy Blue, you have access to our large network of doctors and little to no copays for your health services. Earn rewards for completing simple activities like getting your flu vaccine or certain health screenings. Plus, qualifying members can get free extra benefits including gift cards, car seats, diapers, and so much more. All from your local plan backed by the Cross and Shield. Get more from Medicaid with Healthy Blue. Go to healthybluesc.com to learn more. Choose Healthy Blue today.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every skin-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
South Carolina and Arkansas go back to their benches where the starting lineups are about to be introduced. In fact, they are being introduced. Let's join our public address announcer, John George.
At forward, a 6'10" sophomore from Springfield, Missouri. Number 2, Trevor Brazil. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Durham, North Carolina. Number 30, and at guard, a 6'6" junior from Dickinson, Texas, number 12, Lamont Paris. And the head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Eric Musselman. And now, the South Carolina Gamecocks from Columbia, South Carolina. At forward, a 6'7" freshman from Columbia, South Carolina, all SEC freshman team, number 30. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Lubbock, South Carolina. Second team, all SEC, number 55, At forward, a 6'8" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Number 2, B.J. Mack. At guard, a 6'7" sophomore from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Number 12, Zachary Davis.
Let's go. Win the first four. Win the first four.
Number 5, second team, all SEC.
Everybody's defensive rebound.
SEC Coach of the Year, Lamont Paris.
There's your lineups. We did not have the mic feed from the PA we thought we'd have, so we'll recap those lineups for you. No surprise from what you expect out of the Gamecock starters. Beachy Johnson, Zachary Davis, Talon Cooper in the backcourt, B.J. Mack and Colin Murray Boyles up front. For Arkansas, the point guard is L. Ellis, a 6'3", 180 grad student from Durham, North Carolina, averaging 6.7 points and 2 assists per game. Caleb Battle on one wing, 6'5", 185, grad student, transfer from Temple. Hillside, New Jersey native, 14.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. And the other wing is Tremont Mark, a junior from Dickinson, Texas, who's 6'6" and 185. He averages a team best 16.7 points per game with 4.3 rebounds. Up front, Trevin Brazil, 6'10", 220, redshirt sophomore from Springfield, Missouri, 8.5 points, a team best 6 rebounds a game. And Chandler Lawson, who's 6'8" and 210, a grad student from Memphis, 3.7 points, 3.3. Rebounds. Razorbacks will be wearing red with white numerals and lettering trimmed in black. Gamecocks, the home team, wearing white, garnet numerals and lettering with black trim. And of course the block C on the side of the shorts. And we are just about ready to play basketball. Our officials, Don Daly, Olandis Poole, and Vladimir Gamecocks with the basketball. As B.J. Mack will drive to the hoop, and he'll score it, and he's fouled. He gets the contact from Brazil, and B.J. picks up where he left off when these teams met back in January when he had 18 points and 9 rebounds.
Well, it seems the last
possible lottery pick, and then he had a really subpar year, averages less than 9 points a game, but he seems like a guy who's locked in here in postseason play trying to prove a point. He's 2 for 2. Here's a great drive from Michi. His pass a little too hot for Murray Boyles, but Colin able to gobble it up, and they kick it back to the perimeter. Now Murray Boyles in the low post, backing in, puts up the jump hook with the left hand. That's off the mark, and Arkansas grabs the rebound. 6-3, Razorbacks lead on a couple of back-to-back three-pointers for a team that doesn't typically shoot threes terribly well. They are 32% on the season and average 6 a game. Here's a bump on the perimeter, and the foul will be called on Zachary Davis. He's guarding Tremont Mark. That's a hard job today.
Tough assignment, and he gave him a freebie that time. He didn't need to get him.
Mark, the transfer from Houston. He had 18 the first time these squads met. He had 18 last night. 6-3, Razorbacks with the ball and the lead. And Zach Davis trying to get a second foul. He doesn't get whistled, fortunately, and Mark misses a runner in the lane. Michi grabs the rebound. He's got to be a little more careful than that.
He almost got a second.
Michi will try a deep three from the left side, leaves it short. Rebound tipped, bobbled, and chased. Brazil dives across the end line and saves it back into a teammate. 6-3 Razorbacks. After a couple of early threes from their big man, Trevin Brazil. Here's L. Ellis working the ball screen on the right wing with Lawson. Now Lawson will try and back down B.J. Mack. Goes to the baseline, hung up in a double team. Nearly lost it, lobs it back out to Brazil. He'll try another three. This one's an air ball, and Zach Davis gets the rebound.
That's more his style. He came to this game hitting 22 from downtown.
Good defense there from Colin Murray Boyles. Michi's open, and he's going to pass it, though, to BJ. He'll try a three. That's short. Long rebound comes out to the top of the key to Michi, and he'll drive to the rim. Contact, no foul. Ball lost. Arkansas picks it up. And here they come in transition with a 3-on-2. Caleb Battle drives, kicks, throws it away. Murray Boyles with the steal.
Right place, right time. It always seems to be.
6-3 Gamecocks trail. We've played 3 minutes here in Nashville. Michi on the left wing looking for Murray Boyles in the low post. On a mismatch, he's being guarded by L. Ellis. Now they'll lob it to him. L. Ellis breaks it up, chases it, lobs it into a teammate. Great hustle play by L. Ellis. Ahead to Caleb Battle. He'll drive on Talon Cooper. Talon makes the deflection, but it goes back to Battle, and he goes up and under and scores it and is fouled. That's a bad break for the Gamecocks, as Talon Cooper played great defense and knocked the ball free, but then in trying to save it in bounds, he and his teammate Murray Boyles collided and bumped it back to the opposition, and it was Battle scoring it on the up and under, and the foul is called on the Gamecocks, and I think they gave that one to B.J. Mack.
Yeah, we're in a scoring drought of 2 minutes, 41 seconds.
Caleb Battle, a free throw shooter of great renown, 87%, and he sinks his first attempt, and it is 9-3 Arkansas. So a slow start for the Gamecocks, and the Razorbacks, who played last night, I'm sure that gives you that surge of energy when you win an overtime game and come back and play again the next day. We'll see how it affects their legs later in this contest. They played back-to-back overtime games. Michi was open again for three, didn't take it. Gives it off to Murray Boyles. Colin will drive to the rim. He'll miss the layup. Brazil chased him there and contested it, and off the glass, Murray Boyles with a rare miss from close range. Here's Battle attacking and beats Cooper to the rim, and he lays it up and in from low on the right. That quick first step from Caleb Battle. He had 24 last night, and he starts off fast here with 5 quick ones, and the Razorbacks have the 11-3 early lead on South Carolina. Gamecocks look a little bit rusty right now. Here's Murray Boyles to the rim. He'll score it, and he's fouled. A little pick and roll, and he gets bumped by Brazil, and that's 2 early fouls on Trevin Brazil. Colin Murray Boyles gets his first bucket. He'll be at the line for a free throw when we come back. 11-5. Gamecocks trail it early. We'll return to Nashville after this from Prisma.
A tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health is proud to be the official team physicians for the Gamecocks. For more information, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Gamecocks trailing at our first media timeout against Arkansas, 11-5. And the transportation for the Gamecock Radio Network has been provided by Jim Hudson Lexus for our SEC tournament coverage. Jim Hudson Lexus is ranked #1 nationally in customer satisfaction among all dealerships. We appreciate him stepping up and helping us with this trip to Music City.
Well, that score by Colin Murray Boyles stopped an 8-0 run by the Razorbacks, and Colin had missed his first 2 shots, but it was good on the third, and he's at the line now for an old-fashioned three.
Gamecocks make some substitutions during the media timeout. The 7-footer, Josh Gray, is on the court. So is Miles Studi as Murray Boyles sinks the free throw. So a new front court, a couple of them at least, in Studi and Gray as B.J. Mack and Michi Johnson sit down. Zach Davis also sits down as Jacoby Wright, I just noticed, is on the court as well for South Carolina. It's 11-6 Arkansas. Razorbacks had to get Trevin Brazil off the court with those early fouls. They bring Mekhi Mitchell on, who's 6'10", 240 senior, who's playing very well down the stretch for them. Lawson will try a 3. That comes up short for Arkansas, and Talon Cooper grabs the rebound. Gamecocks are happy to let Chandler Lawson shoot 3-pointers. He's 43%, but that only amounts to 6 of 14. Josh Gray handling it at the top of the key, brings a dribble handoff to Jacoby Wright, who drives into the paint, puts up a shot, left it short. Rebound tipped out into the hands of Caleb Battle. Jacoby got down there in the low post, didn't realize he was dealing with some bigs. Here's a 3 on the go from Battle. That misses, and Murray Boyles cleans up the rebound. Talon Cooper into the front court, weaves his way into the paint, now kicks out to the top of the key. Gamecocks reverse it, Studi on the right baseline. Tries to drive, cut off, drops the ball, picks it up, bounces in the post to Murray Boyles. 12 on the shot clock, double team at Colin. He fights through it, puts up a jump hook, and scores it softly with the left hand.
Like you said, he rarely misses close in.
Voted into the SEC's all-freshman team earlier this week, and boy, he's deserved it. After missing the early portion of the season with mononucleosis, He has been a house of fire here lately. Last 10 games for Murray Boyles have been tremendous. 11-8, Gamecocks have cut the deficit to 3. Here's a drive from Mark, draws the defense, kicks to Lawson, slashing on the baseline, and Lawson scores it from below on the right. Those perimeter attackers, Mark and Battle, can really distract the defense. That extra help leans on them, and you lose sight of your man, and that's what happened there. Here's a pick and roll, and it's going to result in a big dunk from Murray Boyles. Nifty pass from Jacoby Wright, and Colin Murray Boyles has run off 3 straight field goals.
Well, he passed it to Jacoby, went to the basket, nice pocket pass.
CMB was 7 already, 7 of the Gamecocks 10, and Carolina's down by 3. 13-10 your score, 13 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Mitchell in the high post on the left side, squares up against Josh Gray, drives to the baseline. Murray Boyles reaches in, knocks it free. Mitchell recovers and shoots a jump hook and gets it to go anyway. That's a tough score for Makai Mitchell, playing with a lot of confidence. His last 13 games, Mitchell averaging almost 14 points a game to go with 7 rebounds. Here's Talon Cooper, low on the right, splits a double team and banks a shot up and in. Coop caught it right at the rim, but there were 2 defenders surrounding him, but he, as always, took his time, made the defense blink first, and then subtly slid it up and off the glass. The Gamecocks have made 3 straight shots, but they can't get a stop. They're still down by 3, 15-12. Right or left wing, L. Ellis takes his dribble back behind the three-point arc, feeds to Mitchell, who has to go in the corner to catch it against Josh Gray. Shot clock at 2, shot clock at 1. Mitchell, follow-away jumper, comes up short, long rebound out to Jacoby Wright, who jogs it ahead. Numbers aren't there. Now he gives to Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles races to the rim, slashes and puts it in with the right hand.
Boy, he's looked sensational, hasn't he?
The delayed break, the secondary break, and Colin Murray Boyles looked like he was feasting on Miss Makai Mitchell. Here's a deflection by the Gamecock defense into the backcourt, but Tremont Mark runs it down. Carolina within 1, 15-14. Mark drives into Gray. That's a travel. Nothing called, and at the rim, Mitchell has his shot blocked, and Studi takes it away from him.
They're letting them play.
You're not relying there. Here's Josh Gray at the rim. Goes up from below on the left. Misses. Rebound. Lost. Come on, Josh. You got to finish there. And Arkansas picks up the basketball. And here comes Mark going coast to coast. Throws a shot high off the glass. Misses it. Rebound tip to Jacoby Wright. Here comes Carolina in transition. Looking for the lead. Cooper bumped on his way to the basket. They'll say it's before the shot. He'll be at the line. No, it'll be a non-shooting foul. Gamecocks will have the basketball when we come back. Carolina responds after being down by 8 points early. They've got the basketball down by 1. 15-14 with 11:32 left in the first half. We'll return after this from White Claw.
White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors like passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
We're back to Nashville with more exclusive pregame coverage after this timeout. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch 3.
Photograph the 3 one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Carolina Carolina down 1 to Arkansas, 15-14, 11:32 remaining in the first half. In today's fast-paced world, you'll really appreciate Sansbury Eye Center's selection, style, comfort, price, and 1-hour service. But what you'll love most of all is the precision of your vision. That's what a bright, clear Sansbury day is all about.
Well, Colin Murray Bowles missed his first 2 shots, made his last 4 shots. We're 4-5 from the field. That's why we're down only by 1.
Gamecock basketball, Morris Ugasuk getting some early playing time as Talon Cooper gets a rest, and he inbounds it from underneath the hoop. Got it on the right wing now. Morris, the freshman from Helsinki, Finland, bad pass, stolen away, run out, and Lawson misses the dunk. Oh, thank you very much. Freshman mistake, and Gamecocks get away with it. Now here's Jacoby Wright driving the right baseline with the big man Lawson missing, but good defense there by Battle. Cuts him off, and they'll bring it back out front. Michi Johnson hasn't scored yet. Gamecocks need to get Meach involved. B.J. Mack is back on the court for South Carolina along with Michi. Ugasuk drives the right baseline, and he's bumped. You know, Morris, for a freshman, is pretty fearless, but there may be times where he needs to realize of the guys on the court right now, he's probably last in line for who should be looking for their offense.
He's not shy.
He is not. The foul on the Razorbacks goes on Tremont Mark. That's his first. Gamecocks inbound from underneath. Give it into BJ. Backs in with the up and under move. Misses the shot. Offensive rebound. Kick out to Studi. 3 in the left corner is good.
Well, good look by BJ to find Studi all alone.
Instead of trying to force up the second chance amongst traffic, he finds Studi. Miles gives the Gamecocks their first 3-pointer and their first lead. It is 17-15. Gamecocks on a 7-0 run. Here's Arkansas with a new big man on the court. That is Jalen Graham with a nice move to the rim, and he'll score it with the right hand. Graham didn't play last night. In fact, he hadn't played in the last 8 games. But with the foul trouble early for Trevin Brazil, they get him on the court. He goes right after it and gets a bucket and ties this thing up at 17. Here is Jacoby Wright driving to the bucket. Has his shot rejected out of bounds. It will stay with Carolina.
They're one of the leading shot blockers in the country.
They average 6.1 per game, which is 5th best in the nation. Ugasuk and Wright will sit down as Talon Cooper and Zach Davis will return. Gamecocks will have 13 on the shot clock as they inbound from underneath the basket. Arkansas has Devo Davis on the floor, 6'4", 185 senior guard. Been in this program for 4 full seasons, and he is a key cog for them. Gamecocks inbound to Michi. Michi in the low post, spins and beats his man on the baseline and scores it.
Well, he took him to school that time.
Don't see Michi posting up too often at 6'2", but looked completely comfortable doing so. His first 2 points. Carolina has the lead 19-17 midway through the first half of play. Tremont Mark on the left wing. Gamecocks with a hard hedge force him to give it up. He goes to Graham. Graham in the low post. Double team. Kicks it out. Good ball movement. Devo Davis slips and falls as he's about to attack. Shot clock at 2, so Battle lets a 3 rip, and he hits it from 23 feet away. I don't think he was looking to take that shot, but he looked up and the shot clock was at 2. And Caleb Battle has his first 3-pointer in the first of the game. The third of the game for the Razorbacks. Trevin Brazil hit 2 early for Arkansas. Razorbacks back in front, 20-19. Gamecocks with the pick and roll. It is B.J. Mack who can't finish at the rim, but he was fouled. Again, nifty use of the head and shoulder fake to get the defender off his feet, and Jalen Graham got him, and B.J. banked it up, and it just did trickle off the front of the cylinder. Almost an and one opportunity. Instead, he'll have to earn it at the free throw line. B.J. Mack, the transfer from Wofford in his lone season in Garnet and Black, has put together a tremendous year, averaging 13.5 points, 4.5 rebounds. He makes his first free throw here.
And he's been very solid at the line the last 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, he is 77% on the season. And he was 7 of 8 on Saturday. And he makes another one here. So he's 3 for 3 so far today. Gamecocks are 4 for 4. Got to be good at the line, as good as Arkansas is. They are 75%. And in the last 7 games, the Hogs are 86% as a team. That is crazy. 21-20 Gamecocks, 9 minutes left. First half, running clock. Pull-up jumper, 18 feet, left side, good. That's Tremont Mark getting in the score column. Leading scorer on this Arkansas team, and that's where he likes to work, in the mid-range. He's got 36 threes, but I think he's more comfortable pulling up from 15 feet away or slashing to the basket. Arkansas back on top as we go back and forth. Michi with a drive to the bucket. Misses a shot. Rebound tipped out to Battle. He'll go coast to coast, and B.J. Mack picks his pocket. Knocks it free. Picked up by Cooper. Carolina comes the other way. Gamecocks get away with a double dribble, and they're going to get a bucket out of it. As Zach Davis is the one who probably double dribbled, but they didn't call it. And after a couple passes, he gets it back, and he lays it in from low on the right. Well, we thought there was a walk at the other end early, and there was no call, so I guess all's good. 23-22. Gamecocks by 1. Graham backs B.J. Mack down, and from low on the right, puts it up and in. A burst from Jalen Graham, who gives Arkansas 4 points off the bench. Again, hadn't played in the last 8 games for them. Michi, deep three, too strong, rebound. Zach Davis knocks it around and now commits a foul as he got tangled up with Davenport trying to wrestle for that basketball. That'll be 2 on Zach, and Arkansas will have the basketball when we come back. 7:50 remaining first half. Hogs with a 1-point lead at 24-23. Now this from Coca-Cola.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Hey, Gamecocks fans. I'm men's basketball coach Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, myself and the team support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com. Hi, this is Lamont Paris, the basketball coach for the Gamecocks. Prepping before every game is important for our team and coaches. But before this season, it's just as important to prep for the polls. Be sure your voter registration information is up to date, including your name, address, and also know where and when you can vote. Every vote matters, every vote counts. Not voting? Well, to me, that's just a personal foul. It's time to get off the bench and get in the game. Learn more at scvotes.gov.
Arkansas made 4 of their first 6 shots, and they are 10 of 18 right now. And the hot shooting Razorbacks have a 1-point lead, 24-23 with 7:50 left in the first half.
They're 4 for their last 4, 10 of 18 from the field for the game, 3 of 6 from downtown, 1 of 1 from the line. Carolina 9 of 19, 47%, 1 of 4, but 25% downtown, but 4 of 4 from the line.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield. Casey, a win today ties the University of South Carolina men's basketball program record for single-season wins. That, of course, was set during the Final Four season of 2016-17. So another milestone in reach if Carolina can make it 26 on the year and move on to the quarterfinals in a meeting with Auburn tomorrow afternoon.
Well, it looks good so far. The Razorbacks have been on fire. Like I said, 4 for the last 4. We know they're tough out, and it's been a good, entertaining first half so far.
Of course, Arkansas and South Carolina came into the SEC together back in the 90s. Of the 12 teams that were in the league at that point in time, of course, we've added Texas A&M and Missouri since then. But of the 12 teams that were in the league for most of those years, South Carolina is the only one left that has never won this conference basketball tournament. It has not been, regardless of what building we've played in, it's been a problem to win in this postseason. And we haven't made it to Saturday in the semifinals so long, and that's what I know a lot of fans would really like to see here. But it starts here in the second round. Zach Davis, by the way, stays on the court with those 2 personal fouls. A little surprising there. Arkansas with the basketball, shot clock at 10. Davenport, the Cincinnati transfer, drives to the free throw line, puts up a wild jump shot from there that misses, and B.J. Mack grabs the rebound.
Good defense.
Carolina, I think, really tried hard not to foul to keep Arkansas off the free throw line. They've only attempted one free throw, but they've also maybe gotten a few more good looks because South Carolina, I don't know, maybe you back off a little bit in your aggressiveness when you're worried about fouling so much. B.J. Mack lobbing low for Murray Boyles, catches at the rim, had the ball knocked free on his way up by Devo Davis, out of bounds. Carolina keeps it with 8 on the shot clock.
Good hands by Devo Davis. That's a sure dunk.
Yeah, he has 21 steals this year, and he was on the SEC's all-defensive team a year ago. So even though he might have been giving up, about 3 or 4 inches to Colin Murray Boyles, he's got those long arms. When that ball came down below the waist, he went and got it. Here's a lob to Murray Boyles off the inbounds. He can't make the clean catch, and then he misses the stick back. Cooper rebounds. They'll kick it out. They'll go back to Murray Boyles. This time with the soft left-hand jump hook, he scores it. Double figures for Colin. He's got 11 already of South Carolina's 25 points. Gamecocks retake the lead. Zach Davis, by the way, checked out during that dead ball, and the Gamecocks get Jacoby Wright back on the floor. Jacoby guarding Devo Davis. Gamecocks staying man-to-man. Tremont Mark on the left wing. Bounces it to Jalen Graham. Getting extended minutes here today. Gamecocks have him in a double team. He steps through it, fires it cross court to Davenport. He'll step into a 3. That misses. Gamecocks weren't ready for the rebound, but Murray Boyles there again to bat it to a teammate. It deflected off BJ's hands, but Murray Boyles with those long arms, and that's great awareness. Here's BJ, left wing. Head fake on a 3. Now we'll look to back down a smaller defender. Cross-court skip to Jacoby Wright. 3 from the corner, no. Arkansas's got the rebound. Murray Boyles, frustrated, turns and looks at the officials. Thought he got shoved out of the way. Devo Davis goes coast to coast, and no one ever looked to slow him down, and that's an easy layup for Devo Davis. And I think Lamont Paris frustrated with B.J. Mack not putting in a little more effort into that. He sends Josh Gray to the scorer's table. 26-25 Arkansas. Here's Jacoby Wright driving and kicking. Out to BJ. Run off the three-point line. Shoots the mid-range from the right side and hits it.
We don't see that often from BJ, Mike, the mid-range shot.
He has 7. Murray Boyles has 11. They were the front runners offensively against Mississippi State, the 2 interior players, and here they are again. Leading the way, Gamecocks with a 27-26 lead. Jalen Graham is going to get another layup as the Gamecocks double-team the perimeter player and left Graham, and he got a feed. And, it's interesting. He's a guy that offensively, when he gets going, he can be tough to handle. They nicknamed him Spin Cycle for all of his spin moves around the basket. Here's a bucket from BJ again. I don't know how he got that one up. Looked like he got shoved in the back as he got the feet underneath the rim. He throws his hands up coming back down the floor, kind of saying, Are you kidding me? All that contact and no whistle?
He's got 9 points.
Arkansas's made 6 of their last 8 shots. Gamecocks not getting stops like they normally do. And here's a 3-ball from Mark that misses badly. I'm not sure that even drew iron. Clangs off the backboard, and Carolina has it. There's the stop they needed. Now could they string together another bucket? Here's Michi driving the right wing. Kicks out in the corner to Jacoby. Jacoby into the paint. Kicks back to Michi. Left corner 3. Comes up short. And on the weak side, Arkansas's got the rebound. Michi ice cold from the perimeter. 0 for 3 from 3, 1 for 5 overall. Gamecocks lead stays at 1, 29-28. And now a deflection and a turnover. Murray Boyles knocked it away from Jalen Graham, and Jalen Graham touched it last before it ended up in the Gamecock bench.
He does a little bit of everything, Colin.
He sure does. He fills up a stat sheet. Colin Murray Boyles' last 10 games. 16 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, 70% field goal shooting, 83% free throw shooting. How about 15 steals in those 10 games and 12 block shots? That's everything.
Yeah.
That's doing it all. 29-28 Gamecocks. Carolina gets Josh Gray back on the floor to give BJ a rest, as we were telling you earlier. Murray Boyles handling at the top of the key. He'll drive. He'll go around his man, and he's fouled on his way up. That quick first step got him around Chandler Lawson. He was going to dunk it if Lawson didn't hack him across the arm. And CMB will be at the line when we come back. Timeout with 3:55 left in the first half. Gamecocks 29, Razorbacks 28. Now this from the South Carolina Department of Agriculture.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at CertifiedSC.com.
Stay where you are. We'll be back to Music City after these local messages. It's the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Gamecocks are the best when it comes to basketball, but Terminix is the best when it comes to pest control. Headquartered in South Carolina, Terminix has been trusted for 75 years to keep your homes and businesses pest-free. Call 1-800-TERMINIX to schedule your service. Out of the timeout, Colin Murray Boyles at the line to shoot two. Huge half of basketball for the freshman from Columbia, already with 11 points. And now shooting a pair, the left-handed free throw is up, and it's no good. First miss by the Gamecocks here this afternoon. They had made their first four. One more for CMB, 68% on the season. As we told you in the last 10 games, 83%. Morris Ugasuk back on the floor. And Colin gets one out of two and pushes the lead to two at 30-28. Michi Johnson getting a rest. So Talon Cooper and Morris Ugasuk in the backcourt. Josh Gray, Colin Murray Boyles, and Jacoby Wright rounding out the five on the floor. Cooper guarding Tremont, checked by Jacoby Wright. That's a tough gig for Jacoby. Battle into the paint, feeds it on the left baseline. Shot up and good, and a foul as Makai Mitchell scores it through Josh Gray. And we'll have an and one opportunity to give Arkansas the lead back. Got him across the arm, couldn't stop the shot. Josh Gray collects personal number one. Miles Studi on the floor for South Carolina as he subs in for Murray Boyles. Mitchell's free throw is good. Ty Mitchell with 5 points off the bench. He had 18 for them last night coming off the bench with 6 rebounds and 3 steals, or two steals and 3 blocks. Razorbacks ahead 31-30 with under 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Gamecock halftime report coming up at the break. Talon Cooper tries a 3. That's off the iron, no good, and the rebound comes down for the Razorbacks. And I don't think Lamont Paris loved that shot selection from his leader.
It wasn't in rhythm. Mismatch
on the low post. Mitchell trying to be guarded by Miles Studi. Miles giving up a whole lot of size and weight there, and Mitchell will beat him easily as he spins over his right shoulder. Lamont Paris, I think, thought he traveled with the basketball. He's asking Vladimir Voyard-Tadal if Mitchell just gets to shuffle his feet as much as he wants to out there. Lead back to 3 for the Razorbacks. They led by 8 early in this contest. Gamecocks without BJ, Michi, or Colin on the court. Offense a little harder to find. Cooper drives to the basket, and a foul is called as he jumped right into Makai Mitchell and more or less forced the officials to finally take the whistle out of their pocket. And now Coop comes up slowly and gingerly and flexing his right knee.
Well, we've only committed 4 fouls. That was the 7th team foul on the Razorbacks.
I think Coop probably realized with the guys I just mentioned on the bench, Michi, BJ, Colin, he's really got to take charge out there offensively. So Coop shoots a pair. Voted second team All-SEC earlier this week by the league's coaches. Really happy for him. What a great year he has had in his one and only season in Garnet and Black. He sinks the first free throw. 9.7 points a game, a team-high 4.3 assists per game, second in the SEC in assist-to-turnover ratio, makes both free throws here, pulls his team back within one. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Second round of the SEC men's basketball tournament. The winner gets Auburn tomorrow afternoon at 3:30 Eastern time. Battle, driving. Oh, they'll call a foul and bail him out. He ran right into a double team, and the Gamecocks are whistled for it, and it'll be Talon Cooper who gets that personal. I think Eric Musselman may have spent most of those free throws by Cooper reminding the officials that his team had only gotten to the line a couple times, and Caleb Battle, who drew 9 fouls last night, will shoot free throws number 2 and 3, and he makes the first one.
Well, 87%.
Tell you, you look at his numbers over the last 7 games, he has shot 98 free throws and made 91 of them. I mean, just automatic. Puts the second one up, denies the broadcaster jinx by sinking both. He's in double figures with 10. Again, in the last 6 games, he's averaging 31, so no surprise there. 35-32 Razorbacks. Studi for 3, top of the key, rims out. Josh Gray offensive rebound, and he goes back up and flushes it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, Josh.
Leave nothing to chance. Go jam that thing through the cylinder. He's the biggest guy out there right now, and he gets his first 2 points. And again, the Gamecocks within 1, 35-34. Carolina has only led for about 4 minutes of this first half of play. Arkansas has looked very efficient offensively. Now a foul by Miles Studi on a push, and that was entirely unnecessary. 6th foul on the Gamecocks. He shoved Lawson probably, 25 feet away when he was just going to make a catch of a dribble handoff, not even thinking about attacking. Studi will sit down as Zach Davis returns and Michi returns to replace Ugasuk. Arkansas has made 4 of its last 5, and they are shooting 56% in this contest. Gamecocks go 1-3-1 zone for the first time today. Lawson gets it in the high post. Nobody even challenged him. He misses the shot, gets an offensive rebound. That's Mitchell who's got it on the left baseline. Takes it out to the perimeter. Now at the top of the key, Battle will drive, spins, loses the handle. Zach Davis takes it away from him. Gamecocks off the turnover. Will go coast to coast. Shot missed by Carolina, but there's Gray with another offensive rebound, and Josh has his second consecutive dunk. Gamecocks in transition. Get the hoop from Josh Gray. Give him 4 points. And that's a boost that this team can't normally count on, so you like seeing it. 36-35. Carolina back in front. Final minute of the first half. And they'll stay in the 1-3-1, and Arkansas turns it over again as Mark has an errant pass intended for Lawson. It sails across the baseline.
Only 5 turnovers in the first half for the Razorbacks. We've committed 3.
Arkansas doesn't turn it over a terribly large amount, 12 times per game. Carolina making them uncomfortable with that 1-3-1. Now the Gamecocks will try and extend their 1-point lead here. 40 seconds left in the half. Michi from a deep 3-point range off the iron, no good again. He hasn't been able to knock one down, and that was probably 23, 24 feet away. And so about 5 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Razorbacks can't necessarily play for the last shot. Gamecocks trying to switch to no, they're going to stay 1-3-1. They just put Jacoby Wright on top of it this time. It's a little bit of an adjustment with Davis dropping to a wing. 7 on the shot clock. Mark doesn't realize it, and he forces it out to Battle. Battle lets it fly, and that's going to be a loose ball and another violation, a shot clock violation, as 3 straight turnovers by Arkansas against the 1-3-1 zone. The Gamecocks will have 3.9 seconds left to try and add to their 1-point edge here before halftime. They're going to come up and guard Michi Johnson closely because they don't want him to get a running start, but Lamont Paris is going to use a timeout since he's got one to burn here before halftime anyway that he can't take with him to the second half. And so Lamont says, hey, why not see if we can break out the grease board and draw something up that is effective and gives us a little momentum going to the locker room.
Well, plus the 1-3 wood zone causes 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and a scoring drop for the Razorbacks of 2-12.
Lamont Paris talks about it. He's got that in his back pocket. He can use it when it's needed, and felt like it was needed because Arkansas wasn't missing. They're at 54% in the first half and scoring at a pace that the Gamecocks typically don't play at. Carolina likes to keep games in the 60s, and this one here before halftime has Arkansas already with 35 points on the board. Gamecocks have 36. They've got a 1-point edge. They're going to bring Colin Murray-Boyle.
After review, the shot clock has been reset to 4.3.
Oh, wow, that's a break. Yeah. Gamecocks see 4.3 seconds on the shot clock now, so a little more time to work with. Colin Murray-Boyles came back in, and it'll be Talon Cooper who will inbound. They'll set up Michi and CMB near midcourt and send Jacoby and Zach Davis all the way to the other end of the court, like down by the baseline. Gamecocks are going to try and get it into Michi, and they do. And he takes it across midcourt, and he's got 2 seconds left, and he'll run to the rim, and he'll score it before the horn.
How about that?
That's how you make a timeout work. The Gamecocks draw it up. They get a little extra time on the official review of the clock, and Michi Johnson makes Arkansas pay as he goes coast to coast and gives Carolina a 3-point lead at halftime. Gamecocks' largest lead of the half, 38-35. The Gamecocks go to the locker room leading Arkansas by 3. Gamecock halftime report comes your way next after this from Terminix.
Cockroaches or palmetto bugs, no matter what you call them, they're downright terrifying. Infamous Palmetto Pete is at it again, breaking and entering, trekking over toothbrushes, and dang near stopping homeowners' hearts when he takes flight. But have no fear, because Terminix has the expert training to send wild pests to your home scurrying for the hills. Guaranteed. That's been the truth around here for 75 years, and it ain't gonna change. Visit TrustTerminix.com to keep these pesky outlaws dead or outside.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Photograph the 3 one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
20 minutes are in the books. This is the Gamecock Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll have a look at scores from around the nation, a check of first half stats, and plenty more. Now, to get us started, let's go inside the Learfield Network studios. Here's Paul Roper.
Well, despite going 1 of 9 from beyond the arc in the first half, the Gamecocks have a 3-point lead over the Arkansas Razorbacks in the second round of the SEC tournament in Nashville. It's 38-35 for Carolina over Arkansas. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Gamecocks sluggish out of the gates. Arkansas up 11-3 in the blink of an eye. But then Colin Murray-Boyle starts to turn things around. He scored 9 points during a 14-4 Carolina run.
Shot clock at 1. Mitchell follow a jumper, comes up short, long rebound out to Jacoby Wright, who jogs it ahead. Numbers aren't there. Now he gives to Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles races to the rim, slashes and puts it in with the right hand.
That run capped off by a 3 from Miles Studi. It gives Carolina their first lead.
Gamecocks inbound from underneath. Give it into BJ. Backs in with the up and under move. Misses the shot. Offensive rebound. Kick out to Studi. 3 in the left corner is good.
Colin Murray Boyles makes the most of his second chance to get into double figures. This basket makes it 25-24 Carolina.
Here's a lob to Murray Boyles off the inbounds. He can't make the clean catch, and then he misses the stick back. Cooper rebounds. They'll kick it out. They'll go back to Murray Boyles. This time with the soft left-hand jump hook, he scores it.
Game high 12 points for Colin Murray Boyles, and with the final possession of the half, the Gamecocks call a timeout, draw up this play to send Carolina into the locker room on a high note.
Gamecocks are going to try and get it into Michi, and they do. And he takes it, and he takes it across midcourt, and he's got 2 seconds left, and he'll run to the rim, and he'll score it before the horn.
How about that?
That's how you make a timeout work.
38-35, Gamecocks lead the Razorbacks at the SEC tournament in Nashville. Run through some of the scores at other tournaments across the country after this timeout from Prisma Health.
A tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health is proud to be the official team physicians for the Gamecocks. For more information, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
We're back to Nashville with more exclusive pregame coverage after this timeout. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the 3 one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Gamecock halftime report continues now with another check of the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's head back to the Learfield Network studios.
38-35, South Carolina with the lead over Arkansas. Second round of the SEC tournament in Nashville. And it's time for the halftime scoreboard update. First game in the books from Nashville saw Mississippi State with a 70-60 win over LSU. Regular season champ Tennessee is next. ACC tournament in Washington, D.C., a bubble matchup between Pitt and Wake Forest in the quarterfinals. Pitt had as much as a 19-point lead, though the Deacs have trimmed the deficit down to 5 with 5:10 left to play. It's 64-59 for the Pitt Panthers over the Demon Deacons. Winner will face North Carolina in the semifinals after they rout Florida State. Houston taking on Oklahoma at the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City. It's 31-15 for the Cougars over the Horned Frogs at the half. That game's winner will face Texas Tech. Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden between Seton Hall and St. John's. A must-win for the Red Storm, and they are up by 12 at the under-4 immediate timeout. 79-67 over the Pirates. That game's winner will face UConn tomorrow. And finally, at the Pac-12 tournament in Vegas, it is Arizona with a 34-22 lead over Southern California. That's early in the second half in Vegas. And finally, Big Ten tournament, Wisconsin routs Maryland 87-56. They'll take on Northwestern tomorrow in the quarterfinals. Our halftime score from Nashville, it's South Carolina 38, Arkansas 35. Derek and the Judge back with a halftime stats from Music City after this from Coca-Cola.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Stay where you are. We'll be back to Music City after these local messages. It's the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Halftime score here at the SEC basketball tournament. South Carolina, the 5 seed, leading Arkansas, the 12 seed, 38-35. They went 1-3-1 zone at the end of the half, forced 3 straight turnovers, and that allowed the Gamecocks to grab the lead. But, Casey, you look at the numbers, and I'm going to say Lamont Paris probably not terribly excited about the way his team is guarded so far in this one.
Well, they're shooting 54% from the field, 14 of 26, and 3 of 8 from downtown, 38%, 4 from the line, and we're shooting 15 of 32 from the field, 47%, 1 of 9, only 1 of 9 from behind the arc. I think BJ might hit that 3, but we're 7 of 8 from the free throw line, which helps us have this 3-point lead. Finished the half on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, we had talked about how much 3-point shooting has keyed this team when it's been good offensively, where they scored 35 points in the half with only 1 3. But certainly you don't like seeing that 1 of 9. We know how much this team's offense has revolved around making threes. They average over 8 a game. But so far in this one, they've got only 1. Arkansas has 3. The Razorbacks normally rely a lot more on the free throw line than the 3-point line, but things have been flipped a little bit. Gamecocks have controlled the glass in that one pretty effectively.
Well, 17-12. Colin Murray Balls, I mean, he has 12 first-half points. He really kept us in the game. And they only have 1 offensive rebound, second chance points, 0 for Arkansas, 11 for the USC.
Gamecocks leading scorer, Murray Boyles with 12. For Arkansas, Caleb Battle has 10. And you look at some of the other numbers, the assist-to-turnover ratio for Arkansas is dead even, 6-6, thanks to those 3 late turnovers. And the Gamecocks with 8 assists to only 3 turnovers. Jacoby Wright has 3 helpers. B.J. Mack with 2. B.J. with 9 points and 5 rebounds to go with those 2 assists in the first half of play in 11 minutes and 33 seconds. Arkansas got a great start from Trevin Brazil. He had 6 points on a pair of threes, but then he picked up a couple of fouls. And Eric Musselman clearly is going to be one of those coaches who does not change his rules no matter who you are. He left Mack, or Brazil, I should say, on the bench for the remainder of the half. So he only played 4 minutes and 16 seconds. And Trevin Brazil was huge for them last night, 13 points and 12 rebounds. And he came out so fast today with those 2 early threes. Got to think he's going to be a guy they try and get going quickly here in the second half to get back into the flow of things.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, he got them off on fire by hitting those first 2 long threes, by the way. He didn't hesitate. And he's not that terrific of a 3-point shooter, 34%, but looks like he's been shooting them all his life to start this game.
Second half play-by-play comes your way after this message from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport.
It's
basketball coach Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, myself and the team support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and crush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Bifocal wearers, listen up. You can now enjoy the convenience of contacts. Bifocal contacts at Sansbury Eye Centers. New advances, new lenses. Call for a free trial pair and have a bright, clear Sansbury day. Halftime of this contest featured, as usual, the recognition of legends from each of the programs participating. For South Carolina was Columbia native, Eau Claire High School star, and former Gamecock standout Joe Rett that was recognized on the court, Casey.
And watched Joe Rett grow up. And he was recruited, excuse me, I'm sorry. Somebody just passed by. But, yeah, Joe Rett, terrific player all those years. And, he had to stop a little bit because of a heart condition, but he still scored, 1,500 points?
Yeah, led the Gamecocks to the NCAA tournament in 1989, and I know he's as excited as the rest of us to see this team going back to the NCAA tournament here in 2024, but let's see if we can hang around Nashville a little bit longer. I'm sure Joe wouldn't mind being recognized again tomorrow if we're here to play Auburn tomorrow afternoon.
He would love it, and I meant to mention George Felton, who recruited Joe.
Gamecocks basketball, the second half begins. Carolina with a 3-point lead, which is the largest they had. They did not lead for much of the first half at all, and they'll come back to their original starting five. B.J. Mack and Talon Cooper on the perimeter with Zach Davis. Cooper's got a wide-open three at the top of the key. Lets it fly. It's too strong. Long rebound. Back out to Cooper. Talon ran it down in front of the Gamecock bench. They get a fresh 20 on the shot clock, and now there's a foul away from the basketball as Michi had a pass go through his hands and was going to be a turnover, but on the opposite side, a whistle and a foul called, I guess, on the Razorbacks. Although, yep, that'll be on Tremont Mark. So Mark gets his second. Gamecocks lob it in from underneath the hoop. 38-35. Murray Boyles in the low post. Backs in, goes over his left shoulder, and puts it up and in.
Another good close finish by Murray Boyles.
Used his right hand that time. Most folks think they defend him by not wanting him to go over his right shoulder and use his left hand. He crossed them up that time. 40-35. Gamecocks back in a man-to-man. I wondered if they would start the second half in a zone. They did not. Missed shot from Khalif Battle. Gamecocks have the rebound. Coop's going to go coast to coast, and he's going to lay it up and in with the left hand. Nobody got back for the Razorbacks, and Colin Murray Boyles cleared a path, and Talon Cooper took it to the rim. 4 straight points to begin the second half of the Gamecocks, and they push the lead out to 7. 42-35, just over a minute gone by here in the second half. Gamecocks trying to assert some real pressure on this Arkansas team that won in overtime last night against Vanderbilt. Pull-up three, going to be short. That was off the hands of Battle. Gamecocks rebound. Cooper brings it into the front court. Number's not there. He pulls it up the top of the key and angles his dribble to the right. Carolina reverses it. Zach Davis on the right baseline, working against Brazil. Hands it off to Michi. Michi now checked by Brazil. Feeds in the low post to BJ. Mack against the guard, Ellis. Backs him down, puts it up with the jump hook. No, but there's Murray Boyles to clean it up with the stick back. 16 for Colin Murray Boyles. 2 minutes gone by the second half, and the Gamecocks have gone from trailing to up 9 here early in the second stanza. It is 44-35. Arkansas still hasn't gotten a bucket in this second half. Here's L. Ellis stepping back and trying three, and that's off the iron, no good, and B.J. Mack has the screen out in the rebound. Arkansas shot the lights out in the first half, a cold start to the second half as Michi brings it into the front court. Brazil's out on the perimeter guarding Michi. That means there's a mouse in the house. Zach Davis will drive to the rim. Shot missed. He goes right back up and tips it in himself, and timeout is called. The Gamecocks blitz Arkansas out of the locker room. They score the first 8 points of the half, and they've got a double-digit lead at 46-35. Eric Musselman had to call a timeout to stop the bleeding. Go ahead.
How about Zach Davis on that last play? He missed the layup, but tipped it back in with the left hand.
Just went right back up like he was on a pogo stick. Zach gets his second field goal of the game. The lead is 46-35, and we are stepping aside for a timeout from White Claw.
White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors like passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim.
We're on the air. Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
ABCquality.org is the proud presenting partner of the Junior Gamecock Club, the official kids club of Gamecock Athletics. Children 18 and under are invited to join the Junior Gamecock Club. Membership is $40 and includes an official t-shirt, souvenir, and access to exclusive events. Join today by visiting thegamecockclub.com/junior. And for parents looking for high-quality child care providers, visit abcquality.org and search for participating providers near you. ABC Quality is administered by the South Carolina Department of Social Services.
Well, Vanderbilt had a 14-point lead over Arkansas at halftime yesterday, and it looked like Razorbacks might just pack it in. But Caleb Battle, when we asked him at halftime, what adjustments did you make, what changes did you make, he said Coach Musselman called us soft, and that apparently lit a fire. They came back and won in overtime. I wonder what Coach Musselman's calling them right now in the timeout, because his team has given up an 8-0 run to begin the half, and the Gamecocks have a lead of 11, 46-35. Razorbacks will have the basketball. South Carolina still, Casey, not relying on the three ball at all, just pounding it inside and getting buckets from the paint. And they had 26 paint points in the first half. I dare say all 8 that they've had here in the second half may have come from the paint as well. Here come the Razorbacks. Brazil swinging the ball in the face of Murray Boyles, who reaches in and slaps it free, but gets called for the foul. And first on Colin, he knows that probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. He just kind of holds his head up in the air and looks at the sky and clenches his eyes shut, knowing that was not helpful, but not a bad blow at the same time. Here come the Razorbacks now. It's L. Ellis running to the rim and missing the floater. Gamecocks grab the rebound. Coop's going to push the tempo again. Brings it to the top of the key. Now slams on the brakes and they'll reset. Zach Davis in the corner. Fakes a three. Looks to drive. Cut off by Makai Mitchell. BJ's got it on the left wing. At the elbow. Picks up the dribble. Decides not to launch. Gives to Coop. Coop will drive into the paint. Cut off by Tremont Mark, who knocks the ball free. Coop gets it back. Shoots the fadeaway jumper at the free throw line, and he got it.
Oh, what a beautiful play.
He was crowded, and he had to lean back, but he got the shot to go, and that's 8 for Talon Cooper. Lead reaches 13, 48-35 Gamecocks. And the Gamecocks thought they had another steal, and they're going to call a foul on B.J. Mack. It was Murray Boyles who got his hands on the basketball, so the foul was away from the basketball, I guess, and they give it to B.J., and it's his second. Michi will get a rest as Jacoby Wright returns. Second foul with a half on the Gamecocks at the 16:30 mark. Carolina leads at 48-35. Side court inbounds for the Razorbacks. They bring it into Tremont Mark against Zach Davis. Goes left, leaves to Mitchell. Now Battle comes to get the basketball. Jacoby Wright trails him. Over to Brazil. Has it knocked free by Murray Boyles, and this time he does get the steal. Ahead to Cooper, bounces it to Mack. BJ will try a three on the left side, circles the rim, but won't stay down. Gamecocks with all that momentum, and I think BJ was trying to bring them to their feet here at Bridgestone Arena with that one. A little early, but it almost went down anyway. Here's Mitchell scoring from low on the left as he worked his way across the lane and banked it up and in over Murray Boyles. First points of the half for the Razorbacks. Makai Mitchell with 9 off the bench, an 11-point edge for South Carolina, 48-37. Here's BJ again trying to back down in the post, and he is fouled on his way up, and we'll get a timeout. 15:39 remaining. Carolina with an 11-point edge at 48-37. Did they call that an offensive foul? Before we go to break.
Immediate timeout?
It's immediate timeout, but they're calling an offensive foul on B.J. Mack. Wow. That'll be 3 on B.J. as we go to the break. Arkansas will get it back, trailing Carolina 48-37, and now this from Terminix.
If you see them inside, it's probably too late. Termites, that is. Notorious timber-toothed Ted and his swarm of outlaws are always on the trail to the next meal, which might just be your house. But these home wreckers are no match for Terminix. With quick draw expertise and specialized training guaranteed to protect your home. That's been the truth around here for 75 years, and it ain't gonna change. Visit TrustTerminix.com to keep these pesky outlaws dead or outside.
Stay where you are. We'll be back to Music City after these local messages. It's the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph for 3, one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Third personal foul on B.J. Mack on that charge. Don Daly called him for his second foul, and then he gets him for his third. And both of them were kind of hard to figure out with all the contact they're letting them have today where they came from. But B.J. will have to sit as Josh Gray returns. Miles Studi also on the court for Carolina as Michi Johnson and Zach Davis also are resting.
And Josh played well the first half, 2 for 3, 2 dunks.
Arkansas basketball as play resumes. Gamecocks got the lead up to 13. It's 11 right now, and Arkansas, I'm sure, feels like they've got to get a run going. They get Jalen Graham on the floor. He had a big first half off the bench, almost traveled, somehow kept his pivot foot down as he was backing down on Murray Boyles. Gives it to Tremont Mark. Back to Graham, about 30 feet from the hoop. Will look to drive, cut off on the baseline, finds Battle cutting, and he spins it up and under and in. What a tough bucket for Caleb Battle. Gamecocks got caught ball watching, and from the weak side, Caleb Battle streaked in from the baseline and made a circus shot on the up and under spinner. It's 4 straight for Arkansas, and they cut the deficit to 9 at 48-39. Murray Boyles proceeding to back his way down into the low post, throws the shot up off the glass and in.
Give him 18.
So smooth and taking his time and just worked Jalen Graham one way and then spun back the other way and kisses it off the glass like it's easy, and it is. It's just not, folks. It's not as easy as that young man makes it look. 50-39 South Carolina. Here comes Battle again, and that's an offensive foul. Makai Mitchell got caught with a moving screen after he had given a dribble handoff, and the Gamecocks get it back on the turnover. Second foul on Makai Mitchell. Carolina needed something to slow down Arkansas's creeping building momentum, and they get it right there with the offensive foul. And that is turnover number 8 by the Razorbacks. Gamecocks have only turned it over 4 times. And with an 11-point lead here with 14 and a half minutes left, they'll bring it into the front court. The winner faces Auburn tomorrow. DeLon Cooper with the basketball to the left elbow. Feeds down low for Josh Gray. He'll flush it, and he's fouled. Good entry feed from Coop. And Josh spins off his defender who was tugging at his jersey in desperation, but couldn't keep the big man from elevating and putting it down.
Josh, 3 dunks, 3 for 4.
When you get offensive production like that from the big fella, that is a real bonus. The foul was on Caleb Battle, his second personal. At 6'5", he knew he was in no man's land against Josh as he caught it on the post, but he didn't expect Gray to be so nimble as to spin around him like that, and the foul did not come close to stopping the ball from getting to the rim. Josh's free throw attempt rattles back out. Not a bad stroke, just didn't stay down. Gamecocks 7 of 9 at the free throw line. They've held Arkansas to only 4 free throw attempts. That's been a key in this one. And now Arkansas turns it over again. Tremont Mark threw a pass for Battle, but Battle was moving, and it ends up in the Razorback bench.
It's 9 turnovers for the Razorbacks. We got 9 points off those 9 turnovers.
A 13-point lead matches the largest of the game and a chance to build on it. Miles Studi fidgeting with that brace on his left knee. I'm sure that big thing is not comfortable at all to try and play it. Jacoby Wright on the left wing feeds it to Josh. Josh is fouled and nothing called. A dunk attempt that he was absolutely mugged, and they let it go, and Arkansas comes away with the basketball. Mercy. At the other end, Graham posts up, double team, feeds it off to Mitchell, and from low on the left, Makai Mitchell will score it. That's quite the turn of events. Looked like Josh was going to get his 4th dunk of the game. Instead, Jalen Graham gets credit, I guess, with a blocked shot. And a lot of contact that they let go. 52-41 Gamecocks, 13-15. Coop drives to the rim. Fouled on his way up, missed the shot, but he'll get a pair. Arkansas was just like almost urging him to take the baseline. I guess they thought they had enough rim protection, but Coop is so crafty. He got to the rim protection and then gave a great head and shoulders fake, got Mitchell off his feet, and collected Makai's 3rd personal. 2 free throws for Talon Cooper. First one up and good. You know, Talon has played 1,054 minutes coming into today's game. No one else in the SEC had played more than 1,020. He had played 34 more minutes on the season than anyone else in the league. I guess that qualifies you as the Iron Man of the SEC.
He averages 34 minutes a game.
Second free throw is no good, so Coop with a rare miss. Gamecocks lead a dozen, 53-41 as we come to the 13-minute mark here in the second half. Caleb Battle on a pick and roll gives to Mitchell. B.J. Mack guards it well. They'll lob it low for Graham. Graham is double-teamed in the post, so he feeds it across to Mitchell, and that's an easy layup. Miles Studi in the low post is not big enough to handle Jalen Graham, and B.J. had to come with help, and that left Makai Mitchell at the rim. Mitchell's got 13, having another nice day off the bench for the Razorbacks. Gamecock lead is 10, 53-43. Jacoby Wright will drive to the rim. Up and under reverse. He gets run over from behind, and they don't call it again. Wow. Brazil just climbed his back, and at the other end, Mitchell throws up a runner that will not go. Gamecocks get the rebound.
We got a lucky break. That could have been BJ's fourth foul.
Yeah, but if they didn't call the foul at the other end, they sure as heck better not have called that one. Media timeout coming at our next dead ball. Studi with an open three, left corner, left it short, and Arkansas has the rebound. As we go under the 12-minute mark, Gamecocks lead is 10, but Arkansas has made 4 of its last 5 field goal attempts. On the day, the Razorbacks still at 51% from the field. Taylor battle, handle it at quarter court right side. Michi tries to stay with him. They'll lob it low again for Jalen Graham. Graham cross court skip to Brazil. Pull up long two. That is way too strong, but on the weak side, nobody screened out Devo Davis. And the shot was missed so badly, it just landed right in his lap. And Devo Davis had the uncontested layup on the stick back. Razorbacks back within 8. The Gamecocks could probably use a timeout right here. They'll get Michi Johnson at the rim, and he'll blow the bunny, gets his own offensive rebound, and short arms the stick back, and now he's called for a foul. Wow, Michi. Bad possession there. He had 2 looks from point-blank range, missed them both, and then commits the foul. That gets the Gamecocks the timeout they needed, but not in the manner that they would have wanted it. Razorbacks trying to climb out of what was a 13-point hole. They trail the Gamecocks 53-45 with 11:15 remaining. It's the second round of the SEC tournament, and we're back after this from Healthy Blue.
Choose Healthy Blue for your Medicaid plan. With Healthy Blue, you have access to our large network of doctors and little to no copays for your health services. Earn rewards for completing simple activities like getting your flu vaccine or certain health screenings. Plus, qualifying members can get free extra benefits including gift cards, car seats, diapers, and so much more. All from your local plan backed by the Cross and Shield. Get more from Medicaid with Healthy Blue. Go to healthybluesc.com to learn more. Choose Healthy Blue today.
Looking for the perfect match?
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Find a vehicle you'll love at the Toyota Ready, Set, Go event. Toyota, let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for $329 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through April 1st, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3628 to its signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Gamecocks in a drought, haven't scored a field goal in 3 minutes, and that has allowed Arkansas to cut into what was a 13-point deficit. Razorbacks are back within 8, 53-45, and still lots of time left here, 11:15.
We are of our last 5, no field goals last 3 minutes. They're 5 of their last 7, and that's why they cut the deficit.
Folks, let me tell you about Sandsbury Eye Center, our partner. There you have a great location in the heart of Forest Acres at 2313 North Beltline Boulevard. You should stop by and check out their state-of-the-art eye care facility. And remember, your vision's important. That's what a bright, clear Sandsbury Day is all about. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield. Razorback basketball's play resumes. Gamecocks will get B.J. Mack and Colin Murray Boyles back on the court. They were struggling with a lack of size out there without those two, as Arkansas has gone to a bigger lineup, playing Jalen Graham and Mekhi Mitchell together. Both of those guys are 6'10", and they are a force, and Graham misses a bucket from close range here as he had another good look from close range, just too strong off the back iron, and in transition, the Gamecocks almost get a dunk from Zach Davis, but Graham gets the foul to keep it from going down.
That was a good look by Jacoby Wright to hit him on an excellent pass.
Sure was. Jacoby's shown great vision. He has 3 assists today and a couple other really nifty looks as well. Now the Gamecocks need Zach Davis to make some free throws. Carolina at the line, 8 of 11 only 1 of 3 here in the second half. Zach's first attempt, too strong.
You got to make your free throws.
Zach had 13 Saturday at Mississippi State. And you look at his numbers down the stretch. After Studi went down with that knee injury, big games for Zach at Texas A&M with a new career high of 16 after having 14 at Ole Miss the game before. He misses both free throws, but Arkansas was in the lane early, so he gets another try. The first one was too strong. The second one was short-armed. Let's see if Zach can at least dial it in and get 1 out of 3 attempts here. We know how that can be contagious, Casey. You start missing free throws, and it spreads like wildfire on a roster, and he missed again. My goodness. Zach Davis goes 0 for 3, and the Razorbacks with a chance to cut further into the 8-point deficit. Thought he was going to get a dunk in transition. He ended up with nothing out of that possession. Gamecocks in the man-to-man. Caleb Battle out top. Throws the lob. B.J. Mack breaks it up, but Battle gets it back. Lobs it out top to Brazil. He'll step into a 3. That's no good. And a rebound pulled down by Jalen Graham. His jump hook stick back is good. Jalen Graham, huge factor off the bench here for the Razorbacks. He's got 8 points. Arkansas's got 25 bench points in this contest. They score a lot of bench points. I think they average 20, almost 30 a game. It's 53-47 Gamecocks halfway through the second half of play. B.J. Mack in the low post. Backs in on Mitchell. Spins around him. Cut off again. Has to feed it back. Zach's going to have to try a fall-away 3. That's no good. Murray Boyles tips the rebound once and twice, but Arkansas has it. Murray Boyles is angry that he didn't get a call there. He was being held by Jalen Graham when that ball was in the air. 6-0 run for the Razorbacks as the ball is knocked out of bounds, and Arkansas will keep it. Gamecocks haven't scored in almost 3.5 minutes, and Talon Cooper will check back in for Carolina and replace Jacoby Wright.
Well, we're 0 for our last 6, and the momentum has swung to the Razorbacks.
0 for 6 from the field, have missed those 3 free throws from Zach Davis, and I think someone else may have missed one in there too. Offense has dried up. 6-point edge as the ball is inbounded, and Devo Davis finds Mitchell in the lane again, and his jump hook comes up short, and Mekhi Mitchell slaps his hands in frustration as B.J. Mack has their rebound. Let's see if Cooper can get the offense back in gear as the orchestrator of so much. Zach Davis on the near side wing. That's the right side of the court. Bounces to Murray Boyles. Colin was the offensive hero of the first half with a dozen. BJ, wide open 3. Left side, got it. Gamecocks needed that.
That was a huge shot.
BJ's first 3 of the day give him a dozen. Gamecocks with only their second three-pointer of the entire contest. They're 2 of 14. Had to have that one. 56-47. Mitchell finds Battle. Backdoor cut, and he's got a layup. Michi got caught ball watching, and Caleb Battle just disappeared from his line of sight, and his teammate found him. 14 for Caleb Battle. Zach Davis drives, gives to Murray Boyles. He jumps up and flushes it with 2 hands.
That was a beautiful dime. I mean, perfectly timed.
Just ran a little 2-man game on the left wing. 8.5, 20 in the game for Colin Murray Boyles. He leads all scorers. Gamecocks again by 9. 58-49 and a holding call on Michi Johnson trying to stay with Caleb Battle. Second on Michi. 5th on the Gamecocks. Both teams with 5 personals. Tremont Mark comes off the Arkansas bench, and he'll replace Trevin Brazil. Man, they had Brazil, Mitchell, and Graham on the court altogether. All 3 of those dudes are 6'10 or bigger. Razorbacks basketball. Devin Davis drives, finds a backdoor cutter, but the ball is juggled, and Murray Boyles is there to pick up the loose ball. He'll bring it up court, gives to Zach, back to Murray Boyles, runs to the rim, left-hand shot up and in.
That kid just can't miss. I'm sorry.
He's unbelievable from close range. Colin Murray Boyles makes it happen again. Gamecocks lead it back, have the lead back to double digits, 60-49. We'll get a media timeout at our next dead ball as we go under the 8-minute mark. Caleb Battle feeds down low for Mitchell. Gamecocks double team him. He gives it up. Now he gets it back on the baseline against BJ. Gamecocks run the double team at it, and he throws it into the backcourt, and that'll be an over and back violation. Gamecocks will have the ball with an 11-point edge when we come back. 7:38 on the second half clock. 60-49 Carolina in the second round of the SEC basketball tournament. Now this from White Claw.
White Claw delivers a wave of pure refreshment in a variety of flavors. From the originals, black cherry and mango, to new flavors like passion fruit and blackberry. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process, White Claw brings a crisp taste with 100 calories, 5% alcohol, and 2 grams of carbs. Check out your favorite retailer in-store or online for White Claw variety packs, single flavor packs, and single-serve cans. Bring the wave with White Claw Hard Seltzer. Please drink responsibly. Hard Seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Stay where you are. We'll be back to Music City after these local messages. It's the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and crush it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Gamecocks have outscored Arkansas in the second half 22-14, and they've got an 11-point edge with 7:38 remaining. Razorbacks made a run there and cut a lead from 13 down to 6, but South Carolina got Talon Cooper back on the court and thing to steady the ship.
Settled us down, and then they had a turnover. But you still can't feel comfortable at this point in the game with 7:38 to go with the Razorbacks.
Now, you're right. You don't take this one for granted. Gamecocks have seen too many times this season games tighten up late. They've held on to win some. They had a couple of them get away that way, like LSU, like Georgia. So you don't want to fall into that category in this instance. See if you can throw maybe a knockout punch here in the next couple minutes. We'll see. Carolina will have the basketball out of the timeout as Arkansas just committed its 11th turnover. Gamecocks have taken great care of the basketball. Only 4 turnovers.
Now, basket here would be big time.
Gamecocks with 42 of their 60 points coming in the paint. They've only made 2 threes in 14 attempts. Meanwhile, we're being held up because we've got an ESPN cameraman who
on the court
is standing on the court. It's his world, man. We're just visiting. Gamecocks lob it in, out top to BJ. Gets it back to Coop on the right wing. Measures it, now reverses it. Zach Davis has it at the top of the key. Gives back to BJ. That side of the court left empty. They're going to let him work. BJ backs down, shoots the baseline jumper, and he's fouled. Again, the subtle use of the ball fake got the defender off balance, and he gets the contact from Jalen Graham. And BJ will shoot 2.
I don't want to jinx him, but he's 3 for 3 from the line, and you need these 2.
Third foul on Jalen Graham, only the 6th foul of the half on the Razorbacks, but it was a shooting foul, so BJ will get a pair. Yeah, Carolina trying to find the range again at the line, and BJ does indeed. Sinks his first one. 13 points, 8 rebounds for the grad student from Charlotte, and he gets them both. And BJ pushes that lead to 13, matches the largest of the contest, 62-49 Gamecocks. Carolina has played exclusively man-to-man in this second half, and Arkansas has not made shots like they did in the first half. Gamecocks had 3 possessions late in the first half of 1-3-1, and Arkansas turned it over on all 3 of them. Now we get a personal foul on Colin Murray Boyles, trying to defend Jalen Graham. Graham was getting into one of those spin moves. If you heard us earlier, his nickname is Spin Cycle. And, boy, he's shown us why. They've turned him loose in this second half. Saw a quote in the preseason going back before the year got started from Eric Musselman about him. And now we get a technical foul on the Arkansas bench. Eric Musselman gets teed up. Olandis Poole had heard enough. And a tee on the Arkansas head coach will give the Gamecocks free throws and a chance to add to the 13-point lead. Wow. I don't think he wanted that one there. There's sometimes a coach wants one.
But not in this situation.
I don't think that's it. So BJ back at the line and making another one. 77% on the season, but boy of late, he has been dialed in. Was 7 of 8 Saturday at Mississippi State. He gets both of these, and now he is 7 for 7 in this contest. So push the lead to 15. Now Arkansas will keep the basketball. You do not get the ball and the free throws because it was their possession coming out of that foul on Murray Boyles. They inbound it and bring it out front to Caleb Battle. Gamecocks double team him again. He feeds a pass through the double team. Now Graham's got it. Low on the right. Jump hook no good, but Murray Boyles just fouled him again. That'll be 3 on Collin. No surprise after Musselman got teed up and was working the officials. If you're Collin there, you almost have to just not even guard. Just stand there like a statue because officials are going to be looking for anything to even the scales a little bit there. 7th foul on Carolina, each team in the bonus now, and Jalen Graham, not a good free throw shooter typically, is at the line to shoot 2, and the first one too strong.
Well, 43% is
that's not good.
Bad.
He's not good. No, I was going to tell you the quote from Muss about Jalen Graham. He said before the season, if he plays 2 or 40 minutes, you're going to run plays for him when he's in the game. When he gets the ball inside, he makes such a high percentage of his shots. He's got a super soft touch, and he has had that on full display here. He is 4 for 5 from the field. Has given them 8 points off the bench in 17 minutes, and they've leaned on him heavily here in the second half, and he makes 1 of 2. Gamecocks by 14, 64-50 with the basketball. Under 7 minutes left. Murray Boyles drives, hangs in the air, gives to Davis, has his shot rejected. Murray Boyles picks up another loose ball, kicks it out to the perimeter. Still plenty of time, 10 on the shot clock. They'll go back to CMB in the high post. He's double teamed, gives to Zach. Zach drives to the rim, throws it up, and he's fouled. He got clotheslined, folks. Absolutely clotheslined. And as he was being tugged to the ground, Zach throws it up and in. What a circus shot.
Circus and very, very tough. A strong move.
Jalen Graham got another one. That's 4 on him now. And Zach Davis with an and one opportunity. What a difficult shot that was. 66-50 Gamecocks. His free throw way too strong, and Arkansas has the rebound. Wow, Zach he's struggling right now with the free throw line. That's 4 misses in a row. They've each one probably looked a little worse than the last. Here comes Graham again. Runs to the right, throws a high floater off the glass, and he's got another bucket. Jalen Graham in double figures with 11 for Arkansas. Josh Gray on the court, by the way, for the Gamecocks as B.J. Mack gets a rest here with just over 6 minutes left. He's going to get it down low, and he's got another 2-hand flush. Zach Davis with
another beautiful dime.
Great pass. Gamecocks now with 14 assists on 27 made baskets, and Josh Gray's got himself 8 points. 68-52, and now Zach Davis with a steal as he reaches in as a Razorback was looking to drive and pokes it free and into the hands of a teammate. And it may be unraveling a little bit here for Arkansas. Biggest deficit of the game, 16 points, and Carolina with a chance to push it even further. Zach on the left wing, gives to Josh in the high post. Gray bounces down low for Murray Boyles. Spins, throws it up from a tough angle, and somehow it goes in anyway. You kidding me with that? What a shot.
Not purposely trying to cut you off, but that was amazing.
It looked like Graham almost had the ball pinned in his hand, and he powered it through. 11 field goals 24. Colin Murray Boyles, 24 big points. It's 70-52 Gamecocks. Devo Davis for 3. That misses. Tremont Mark has the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out on the perimeter. They'll find Makai Mitchell flashing in the paint. He catches it and puts a jump hook up and in. Gamecocks see their run stop, but they're still up 16 with less than 5 minutes left, and Arkansas is going to have to pick up the defensive tempo. They run a trap at Talon Cooper. He beats it with a pass to Zach Davis, and Carolina's going to run some clock. They're going to play a little keep away now. Murray Boyles finds Zach. Davis to the rim. He's got the flush. Gamecocks just spread them out and then attacked, and subtle little hip check from Josh Dray there to make sure no one could get there with help defense, and Zach Davis gets the dunk. Here's Caleb Battle going back to work. He misses from the low post, and Murray Boyles has the rebound, and the Arkansas season may be on life support. We come to the 4-minute mark. Gamecocks leading it by 18, 72-54. Michi bump, no foul called. He knocks Battle to the floor, runs to the rim, lays it in.
Is that his first basket?
That is his first basket of the second half. Oh. He's got 6, and we see a 30-second timeout called. 20-point edge for the Gamecocks, putting away the Razorbacks. It is 74-54. We'll step aside and return after this from Toyota.
Looking for the perfect match?
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Find a vehicle you'll love at the Toyota Ready, Set, Go event. Toyota, let's go places. Get 2.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Offer valid through April 1st, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.08 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fee. See dealer for details.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim.
We're on the air. Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
A tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health is proud to be the official team physicians for the Gamecocks. For more information, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
South Carolina struggled defensively to slow down Arkansas in the first half, gave up 35 points, but boy, they have locked the Razorbacks down here in the second stanza. 19 points for Arkansas, and it's not that the shooting has been terrible, but they have not been able to get to the free throw line today. The second leading team in the nation in free throws and free throw attempts, Casey, they barely made it to the stripe today.
They've had 6 free throws. They hit 5 out of 6, which is terrific, but we knew coming in we had a guard without foul, and we've done an excellent job.
Gamecocks, meanwhile, have shot 18 free throws and made 12. Again, Arkansas set a school record with 355 made free throws in conference games this year. 355 made free throws in 18 conference games. And they also set a school record by making 77% of those free throws in conference play. Gamecocks have just basically said, well, you can't make them if we don't let you go shoot them at the free throw line. They're down 20 are the Hogs. Under 4 minutes left. Gamecocks just need to play smart the rest of the way to advance and take on Auburn tomorrow. And finally, get a win in this building in Nashville, the Bridgestone Arena. Shot clock at 7. Caleb Battle will drive. He gets hung up between B.J. Mack and Murray Boyles. They're going to call a foul. I guess this will be B.J. Now, they're going to give it to Murray Boyles, and that's a terrible call by Don Daly. Murray Boyles did nothing there. I mean, he did absolutely nothing there, and he knows it, and that's why he's saying, what? That could not have been on me. If you get another look at this one, folks, if you're watching on TV, watch what they called a foul. Basically, Battle got the ball hung up on B.J. Mack's back. B.J. had his back to him, and the ball got stuck on B.J.'s back. And because it looked so awkward, Don Daly thought there had to be a foul in there. And he called Colin for his fourth, and I'm telling you, Colin Murray-Boyles didn't do a single thing on that one. Caleb Battle at the line makes one. Now he makes two. 16 for Battle. Again, he's averaging 31 over his last 6 games, so Carolina's actually done a good job against him. Full court pressure by the Razorbacks off the made free throws. Gamecocks beat it with ease. And they will now set up the half court and take some time. 74-56. Michi Johnson stepped on the midcourt line, and he turns it over. That's an over and back violation and a rare turnover by this Gamecock team today. Only the 5th turnover of the game, and a careless one there as Michi didn't realize how close he was to midcourt. And there's no line there to see as the SEC logo has it basically obscured. But I'm sure that's not an excuse Lamont Paris wants to accept. 74-56 Gamecocks. Devo Davis drives to the lane, throws it up off the glass. No, and B.J. Mack has the weak side rebound. Great defense from Talon Cooper again. Guarding without fouling. Under 3 minutes left. Coop to the rim. Goes up and under and gets the reverse. How'd he get to the other side and score that bucket? Devo Davis goes end to end, and at the other end, he'll score as well. Gamecocks didn't get back defensively as Coop, when he made the layup, ended up spilled on the floor, and no one took his man at the other end. And Devo Davis said, tit for tat, you got a layup, I'll get one too. 76-58 Gamecocks, 2.5 minutes left. BJ on the left wing, drives, goes behind his back with a dribble. Now backs in against Mitchell. Nothing there, he knows it, gives it back out to Michi. Shot clock at 4. Michi drives, kicks to BJ. 3 from the top of the key. Yes. That is a dagger. He beats the shot clock expiration with his second 3 of the afternoon. Gamecocks push the lead to 21, 79-58. What a second half for this squad. B.J. Mack now with 19 points to go with the 24 of Murray-Boyles, and a foul called on the Gamecocks. And it looks like with this lead at 79-58, Lamont Paris suddenly said, let's think about tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to pull my starting guards. He's got Morris Ugasuk, Jacoby Wright, and Ibrahim Adiba at the scorer's table, and they will replace Michi Johnson, Talon Cooper, and Colin Murray-Boyles.
You know, Derek, I certainly don't want to do play-by-play, but this has been so exciting to watch that.
Gamecocks have made 7 straight shots. They have just absolutely squeezed the life out of Arkansas. They got the Hogs on the ropes, and they did not let them off of the ropes. They threw the knockout punch. Trevin Brazil makes the first free throw. That foul, by the way, was on Zach Davis, his 3rd. Brazil hit 3s on the first 2 possessions of the game. Then he got 2 fouls, and they sat him the rest of the half, and he hadn't scored again until just now. I'm telling you, sometimes you have got to trust your older guys, especially in the postseason. They took Trevin Brazil out of this game, and he has never been able to climb back into it.
He played 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
And he was so good for them yesterday. 79-60, less than 2 minutes left. Gamecocks with the ball and a 19-point edge, and now a bad pass, but Ugasuk runs it down near midcourt. 5 on the shot clock. Morris is going to have to try and make something happen. He'll drive, he'll travel, he'll throw a shot up and in, but they'll call the travel first. He banked it in. Gamecocks still haven't missed. He've made 7 in a row. That would have been 8 in a row, but that one won't count. They'll call the traveling violation on Morris Ugasuk. Razorbacks get it back with 90 seconds remaining. Stay with us following the conclusion of this one for the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report. Devo Davis, pull-up jumper left wing is good for Arkansas. That's 8 for Davis. 79-62. Ugasuk has his pocket pick. Caleb Battle steals it from him, and he'll go down and dunk it. Well, you pull your starters to give them a rest, but if you got a true freshman trying to handle this full-court pressure, you may be asking a little much of him. And now Zach Davis brings it into the front court, and he has it stolen away. And here comes Devo Davis in the other direction, who promptly throws it out of bounds. It's 79-64 Gamecocks, and there are 49.6 seconds left. And Lamont Paris saying right now, hey, guys, prove me again why I trusted you. How about you guys handle this pressure? The veteran Jacoby Wright this time says, Let's not let freshmen do this, or sophomores. How about an upperclassman? Jacoby weaves his way through traffic, gets it into the front court, and now South Carolina can just take the air out of the basketball. 30 seconds left with 10 on the shot clock, and now a foul committed by the Razorbacks as Trevin Brazil hacks Ibrahim Adiba. Adiba will get a chance to get into the scorebooks. By the way, on the Carolina Ford Dealers locker room report, we will visit with South Carolina assistant coach Eddie Shannon. Of course, Lamont Paris has to go do all of the media responsibilities that come with a tournament, but we will, if we're still on the air, we'll try and get to his post-game press conference if he's up there while we're still on the air. Dibba misses the front end of the one and bonus, and Battle goes coast to coast and gets another bucket. Gamecocks trying to get this game over with. They'll foul Dibba again with 20.7 seconds left. And Ebo's got one of the funkiest looking free throw shots you'll ever see. It is basically a walking lane violation because there's almost no way you can not step into the lane early. He raises the ball above his head, and then he holds onto it after he starts his motion. It seems almost impossible to make a shot when he shoots that way, as well as impossible to stay out of the lane. First attempt, no good. 20.7 seconds left. Gamecocks by 13. They got the lead up to 20, pulled the starting backcourt, and the reserves have allowed Arkansas to make it close, but Ebo makes one. There you go.
He's in the books.
He gets a free throw. He gets an SEC tournament point. 80-66 Carolina. 20 seconds left as Arkansas brings it across midcourt. And now Mekhi Mitchell loses the ball off his foot, but it's picked up by teammate Trevin Brazil. 10 seconds left. Arkansas not in any real hurry. Battle's going to try and get himself one more bucket, but he'll miss the three. The Gamecocks rebound, and that will do it. You can put Spurs on South Carolina's first win in Nashville in the SEC tournament since 2015. It's been that long since we won a game in this building, but this Gamecock team is just built different. They defeat Arkansas 80-66. They tie the school record for wins in a season with 26 victories against only 6 losses, and they will advance to the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament tomorrow afternoon to face the Auburn Tigers.
And we look forward to playing Auburn again. They absolutely killed us in Lee County, Alabama. So it's a big game for us. It's a big game for Auburn. Really look forward to tomorrow afternoon.
The number 15 team in the nation proves once again they are indeed worthy of everything that they've achieved so far this year. And they end the Arkansas season here in Nashville. The Razorbacks finished the year 16-17. Eric Musselman had never had a team in 8 previous seasons not reach 20 wins. This time, not only do they not get to 20, they will finish with a losing record for the first time in his head coaching tenure. South Carolina a winner here over Arkansas. Stay with us. The Carolina Ford Dealers locker room report is next after this from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport.
Hey Gamecocks fans, I'm men's basketball coach Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, myself and the team support our local airport. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and for a list of CAE's nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and clutch it.
Every clutch three.
Autograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th-ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Today's game is in the books. Welcome to the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Visit your Carolina Ford dealer, official partner of the Gamecocks. Now, to begin our exclusive coverage, let's head back inside the Learfield Network studios. Here's Paul Roper.
South Carolina pulls away with a strong second half against Arkansas and advances to the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament, an 80-66 victory. Auburn looms tomorrow afternoon for a chance to reach the SEC tournament semifinals. And here are today's highlights. Gamecocks a little bit sluggish out of the gates. Arkansas was up 11-3 in the blink of an eye, and Colin Murray-Boyle starts to turn things around. 9 points during a 14-4 Carolina run.
Shot clock at 1. Mitchell, follow-away jumper, comes up short. Long rebound out to Jacoby Wright, who jogs it ahead. Numbers aren't there. Now he gives to Murray Boyles. Murray Boyles races to the rim, slashes and puts it in with the right hand.
Miles Studi caps off that run with a three-pointer to give the Gamecocks their first lead.
Gamecocks inbound from underneath. Give it into BJ. Backs in with the up and under move. Misses the shot. Offensive rebound. Kick out to Studi. Three in the left corner is good.
Colin Murray-Boyles makes the most of his second chance. This basket gets him into double figures and makes it 25-24 Carolina.
Here's a lob to Murray-Boyles off the inbounds. He can't make the clean catch, and then he misses the stick back. Cooper rebounds. They'll kick it out. They'll go back to Murray-Boyles. This time with the soft left-hand jump hook, he scores it.
With the final possession of the half, the Gamecocks call a timeout and draw up this play to send Carolina into the locker room on a high note.
Gamecocks are going to try and get it into Michi, and they do. And he takes it across midcourt, and he's got 2 seconds left, and he'll run to the rim, and he'll score it before the horn.
How about that?
That's how you make a timeout work.
At the break, it was 38-35 Carolina, and that leads to great things coming out of the locker room. The Gamecocks scored the first 10 points of the second half.
Brazil's out on the perimeter guarding Michi. That means there's a mouse in the house. Zach Davis will drive to the rim. Shot missed. He goes right back up and tips it in himself, and timeout is called. The Gamecocks blitz Arkansas out of the locker room. They score the first 8 points of the half, and they've got a double-digit lead.
The Gamecock lead hits 13 after Josh Gray flushes and gets fouled.
Delon Cooper with the basketball to the left elbow. Feeds down low for Josh Gray. He'll flush it, and he's fouled. Good entry feed from Coop. And Josh spins off his defender, who was tugging at his jersey in desperation, but couldn't keep the big man from elevating and putting it down.
Free throw no good, 52-39 Carolina. Then the Razorbacks start to salt away some of the deficit. An 8-1 run, and it cuts Carolina's lead down to 6. BJ Mack stops the bleeding with a three-pointer.
Zach Davis on the near side wing. That's the right side of the court. Bounces to Murray Boyles. Colin was the offensive hero of the first half with a dozen. BJ, wide open three. Left side, got it. Gamecocks needed that.
Eventually, the lead grows to 20 as the Gamecocks start to take over in Nashville.
Michi bump, no foul called. He knocks Battle to the floor, runs to the rim, lays it in.
Is that his first basket?
That is his first basket of the second half. He's got 6, and we see a 30-second timeout called. 20-point edge for the Gamecocks, putting away the Razorbacks.
BJ Mack adds the cherry on top with the 3 to beat the shot clock.
Shot clock at 4. Michi drives, kicks to BJ. 3 from the top of the key. Yes. That is a dagger. He beats the shot clock expiration with his second 3 of the afternoon. Gamecocks push the lead to 21.
Mac finishes with 19, only outdone by Colin Murray Boyles with 24 points in Carolina's 80-66 win over the Arkansas Razorbacks. Coming up, post-game comments from assistant coach Eddie Shannon, final stats, and we'll also check scores from the rest of the conference tournaments across the country. We'll send it back to Bridgestone Arena after this from the Carolina Ford dealers.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
If you see him inside, it's probably too late. Ants, that is. Auntie Oakley and her sugar-toting bandits are bent on forging new frontiers in your pantry, leaving behind only crumbs and chaos. But when Terminex arrives, with quick-draw expertise and training, you get sweet revenge and a home that's protected for good, guaranteed. That's been the truth around here for 75 years, and it ain't going to change. Visit TrustTerminex.com to keep these pesky outlaws dead or outside.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Shoulder grab for three. One more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecocks Sports Network.
Whatever you bring more. Whatever you personally bring to the SEC table, bring more. Get up earlier, sing and yell and stomp louder. Enough never is. Not here. Between the magnolias and the azaleas, legends and lore regale us, downright implore us. Bring everything you got, and then bring more.
Welcome back to the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report. Time now to find out today's Terminex Pest Player of the Game.
Off the inbound, he can't make the clean catch, and then he misses the stick back. Cooper rebounds. They'll kick it out. They'll go back to Murray Boyles. This time with the soft left-hand jump hook, he scores it. Colin Murray Boyles, the Terminex Pest Player of the Game. The freshman was just dominant. 24 points to go with 7 rebounds. He had 4 steals. He had 2 assists. Another day where, Casey, he barely missed. And as you pointed out earlier, he missed his first 2 shots of the game, right? And then he only missed twice more the rest of the game.
And zero turnovers. We like to bring that up. Yeah, he was sensational again today.
The freshman who just was added to the SEC all-freshman team. You know, he had back-to-back double-doubles. And then against Mississippi State, he came up short of that, but he had another big game, 19 points and 8 rebounds. And he just stays locked in, carrying on today with 24 and 7. A huge, huge performance out of the freshman from Columbia, Colin Murray Boyles, who, tell you, at the rate he's going his last 11 games, he might be better than all freshman team. He might be all conference, even if you pair him up with all the old guys in this league. What a dominant performance, and how big of a factor. You know, we talked with Coach Paris on the pregame interview about the fact that, you know, this Arkansas team looks different than the one we saw back in January because the rotations are so different. Caleb Battle's a centerpiece, and he barely played against us. But then I thought about it. You know what? We're a little different, too, because Colin Murray Boyles was not the factor then that he is now.
Well, he's been absolutely sensational. I've used that word twice to describe his play today. I mean, every time it counted. It wasn't just the scoring. It wasn't just the steals or the assists. It's like getting his hands on the ball to preserve a possession. He did all the little things you need to do to get a W.
And how valuable was his presence on the court? When he was on the court, the Gamecocks were plus 23. They won by 14 points, but when he was out there, they were 23 points better than the Razorbacks. And that is sponsored by Terminix, the leader in written guarantees and the most respected name in termite and pest control. Now, switching gears, let's also make mention of the big day that BJ Mack had. Second game in a row, Casey, where it's been the BJ and CMB show, the two interior players leading the way. They did so at Starkville. BJ had 25 in that game. Today, he was the follow-up guy, the secondary performer, but 19-9 is a pretty good day, too, for the big fella.
Well, it is, and you look at points in the paint. 52 points in the paint, and most of them came from B.J. Mack and Colin Murray points.
80-66 is your final score. Gamecocks' third player in double figures was Talon Cooper, who finishes with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Gamecocks only turned it over 8 times in the contest, and honestly, a couple of those happened in proverbial garbage time after the starters had been pulled in the last minute or two of the game, but they did something that I'm not sure I thought would have been possible coming in, and that is cut in half the number of free throws that Arkansas makes and attempts per game. It's one thing to hold them below their average, but to cut it in half, they were 9 of 10 at the free throw line, and again, they average 20 makes in 26 and a half attempts. So cut in half, actually more than cut in half the attempts, and that was just another tip of the cap to how well this team defends.
How well we defend, how well this team has been coached, and how well they respond to the coaching.
We are awaiting the arrival of assistant coach Eddie Shannon, who will be filling in for Lamont Paris here on the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report. See your Carolina Ford dealer, official partner of Gamecock Athletics. We'll have more from here at Bridgestone Arena after this message from Coca-Cola.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news. I need to try it first.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Stay where you are. We'll be back to Music City after these local messages. It's the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen by Lawson. He'll race in and flush it.
Every clutch three.
Photograph the three one more time.
And every unforgettable moment.
And you can put Spurs on this one. South Carolina with the upset of 16th ranked Auburn.
South Carolina basketball lives here.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are headed to the Final Four.
The Gamecock Sports Network.
Feed the fire. The SEC fire never gets colder. Make it smolder. Feed it more decibels, more fervor and fever. Stoke with raw emotion and believers. Allegiance is the spark. Tradition is the ignition. And the chaos is the kindling. Drown out the distractions. Douse the don't care. Feed the fire. Feed it more.
Back on the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report, Jim Hudson Lexus has provided transportation for the Gamecock Sports Network during baseball season for a number of years. And this year, they have expanded their support by providing a vehicle for our trip here to the SEC basketball tournament. We would like to thank Robert Yeomans and his staff for their support. And if you are in the market for a new vehicle, you owe it to yourself to check out the new 3-row SUV they have now, the Lexus TX. It is amazing. Eddie Shannon's on his way out to visit with us. Lamont Paris is in the press conference. We'll try and let you hear from both of them in this particular contest, as Coach Shannon is going to come in and grab a seat with us, and we'll have a chance to talk about this great win by South Carolina. Coach, tell you what, when you talk about a performance of that nature, knowing how this bunch has, not this bunch, how this program has struggled in this building. You played in this SEC tournament when you were a Gator, and you think about how good it feels to get a win and stick around so you can keep playing. That was a pretty special performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's, getting that first win, that's the hardest part, and you can tell by the way we came out a little flat. Guys were a little tight, and that's how it is in these tournaments. And but luckily, we pulled ourselves together and we got our nerves back, and we proceeded to play well. But just getting that first win is difficult.
Casey and I talked about, I just said it a couple minutes ago, it's one thing to keep Arkansas from living at the free throw line like they do so often, but you guys gave them less than half of their usual attempts and makes. What did you do well defensively that allowed that to be the case?
Well, that was one of the keys to our defensive approach. It was obviously those two guards are extremely good offensively, and they can make some really, really difficult shots. And when you combine that with those guys getting to the free throw line, I think Battle had shot 100 free throws in the last 7 games or something.
98 in the last 7 games.
Right. So I knew it was somewhere close to that. But just we wanted to keep them in front and then not foul them. And we did a magnificent job. I think they had 4 free throws through the majority of the second half.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
we did a good job.
Well, Coach Casey Manning here, of course, and I want to give you a fist bump. It is a wonderful feeling. So many times I've been here over the last 31 years, and it's satisfying, not just for me, but mostly for the team. I mentioned the coaches, how they bought into everything, how they follow the scouting report, and you get a result like this from just the overall connection, the cohesiveness of this team.
Yeah, this group is connected in a different way. And I think they see what's at stake, and they know what they're capable of, and they know that there's opportunity for them. And they go out and they play the game that way. They play for each other. They follow what our game plan is, and they execute it. And those guys have been phenomenal just throughout the entire season, just being able to go out and perform and do what we asked them to do and just stay connected even when things don't go well.
You didn't make threes very well today. You were, 3 of 15, but it felt like from the beginning that really wasn't the focus. It was paint touches and getting CMB and BJ going. What was the offensive plan of attack as far as how the two blended? Because there are some games where we know this team's got to make threes to really be flowing, but I don't know, today didn't feel like that was altogether that important to you guys.
Well, one of the things we wanted to do was establish the inside, and whether that was through throwing it into the post to BJ and Colin or driving it and trying to finish at the rim or getting to the free throw line. Because, they're very difficult. They sit those bigs at the rim, and you have to attack sometimes. And we did a good job of getting downhill and scoring that way. And we got good looks from the three-point line. They just didn't go down. And, again, I think part of that was nerves. So hopefully tomorrow it'll be a little bit better.
Colin Murray-Boyles had 24 points for you and 7 rebounds. He had 4 steals. Do you feel like in the game plan right now you guys are adding more and more on his plate just because he keeps answering every call and getting better and better himself?
Colin is just a doer. He understands the game. He impacts the game. What he does in the game directly impacts winning. He rebounds. He blocks shots when he needs to. He still gets his hands on balls. He scores in the post when he needs to. He makes the right passes when he needs to. I just think he's a special guy. He's actually, he's got a lot of raw, God-given talent, and he plays the game the right way. His approach is the right way. He plays for his teammates, and things just happen for him.
Well, the special thing about him is how he plays with his mind.
Yes.
It might be the most beautiful part of his game because he is so intuitive in his approach. He works hard, but it's his smartness, in my mind, that, makes him a little bit different.
Yeah, especially at an early age. And you could see, when we recruited him, you could see it. You could see his skill set and how he played the game. And that's why we were so keen on recruiting Colin, because, you know, the things that we look for in players, we say bigger than average guys, meaning 6'6" or bigger, that can, you know, dribble, pass, and shoot. And he can do all of those things, and then he's physical on top of that. Then he's an extremely high IQ guy. And to go on top of, you know, Talon Cooper, high IQ guy, BJ Mack, high IQ guy, Michi, high IQ guy. You know, you throw all these guys that understand the game and think the game, and then you add that with him, and especially him at being a freshman in college and being able to play the game intuitively like he does I think it's phenomenal.
Eddie, you've won 15 more games than you did last year. It's been an unbelievable turnaround, and today you held your 25th foe of the season below 70 points. You know, when they had 35 at the half, I wasn't sure we were trending in that direction, but some things got cleaned up clearly at halftime, and in the second half, they were locked down pretty good by your defense, and here you are. Time to turn the page and I guess take a look at what Auburn's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's March, and they call it madness for a reason, and, you know, Auburn played really, really well the first time we played them, and we didn't play so well. But Auburn is an extremely good team. It's going to be a difficult challenge for us, but I think our guys are up to it, and we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to getting a chance to, you know, play the team that kind of embarrassed us, you know, in the last time we played.
We were down in Lee County, Alabama. They shot 60%. From three, the big guys shot 60%.
And made 9 threes.
You're absolutely 9 out of 11, somewhere like that. And so I know that this team will be prepared to meet that challenge tomorrow.
Absolutely, we'll be prepared, and I know they'll be prepared too. And I think you'll see a much better, more competitive game tomorrow for sure.
Coach, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming out and filling in for us. And I guess it's time to go get back to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Hey, it doesn't stop.
That's right. Assistant Coach Eddie Shannon with us here on the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report as the Gamecocks snap their SEC tourney slump. They win their first SEC tournament game since 2018, and they win their first game in this building since 2015. It was a long time coming, but this bunch, they always seem to find a way to shatter whatever barriers were in their way coming in. Casey and I will be back to look at some final stats from this one after this message from Sainsbury Eye Center.
Vision. It's one of our most important senses. It allows us to see that beautiful sunset, watch our kids grow up, tailgate with our friends, and watch our Gamecocks play. This is Todd Ellis, and I've got to tell you about our friends at Sainsbury Eye Centers. Whether it's the eye exam, glasses, contacts, or the latest sunwear, they want you to walk out of their office saying, wow. When it's time to get your vision checked, see the professionals at Sainsbury. All the Gamecock players and coaches do. Sainsbury Eye Centers, the official eye care provider for your Gamecocks.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families. A legacy of capability and technology that has made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2023 calendar year total sales.
Don't go anywhere. We'll return to Nashville after these local messages. This is the 2024 SEC Tournament on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Every rim-rattling dunk.
Ball deflected, stolen